Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened last week and where the hell we are today?
Well, the last time we did an episode, we were in Ezekiel chapter 15.
Sure as fuck were.
And in that episode, God was talking about vines.
And their worthlessness. Yeah,
it was kind of, I don't know. I wasn't real happy with, I like vines. Vines are fun.
Fucking vines.
Yeah, I was thinking about it afterwards. There are some good applications for vines. You could use them to weave baskets or there's things you could do with them. But God was apparently, according to Ezekiel, comparing vines to, the ability for them to not have any purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. I lost my thread of what I was saying there.
They don't make fire good.
Yeah, they don't. Well, no, they said they burn just fine, but you can't. They can't make pigs out of them. You can't use them to build buildings and stuff like that. So they're worthless. But then God's going to destroy the people just like the vines, and their worthlessness, and they're going to make them even more worthless. And I thought that was a really shitty way to
because I like
talk
ashes.
About your people that you like and stuff. So
ashes are awesome.
Sure, yeah. So anyway, that was Ezekiel chapter 15.
It was. Which
means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel chapter 16.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, here we are hopping into Ezekiel chapter 16.
Okay.
And this is the longest chapter of Ezekiel.
Fun.
So I wanted to give some notes beforehand.
Okay. All right.
This chapter has been referred to as an Old Testament parable of the prodigal daughter.
Okay.
As it illustrates an ungrateful Jerusalem in contrast to God's enduring love to her. It's also.
I'm sorry. Enduring. That's a fucked up way to describe this because fuck that shit.
So much.
No.
He does.
No.
Forever.
Not at all.
Yeah. No. This chapter is often linked to Ezekiel 23, which we're not at yet. But that chapter also deals with two daughters, symbolizing the kingdoms of Israel and Judah.
Okay. All right. Yep.
And as I said, this is the longest chapter in Ezekiel. And the story deals with Israel's sordid, loathsome character so that God's infinite abhorrence of her sin may be clearly seen. He's going to trash them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
more so than usual, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen to this. It's so bad that according to one rabbi in the Mishnah, the chapter is not to be read nor translated in public.
Wow.
It's dirty.
Wow.
It's dirty AF.
That's exciting.
That's why I
like that.
That's why I think you're probably going to love this chapter. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk now about how much Jerusalem is a dirty whore.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay?
Sounds great.
All right. Now that I've set the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chapter 16. The word of the Lord came to me.
Did it again? As it does. Yeah.
Son of man.
Yeah. Mere human.
You worm. Confront Jerusalem with her detestable practices and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says to Jerusalem. Your ancestry and birth were in the land of the Canaanites. Your father was an Amorite and your mother a Hittite.
This reminds me of what is this reminds me of that taunting session in Monty Python.
Yes.
Your mother smelled of elderberries or whatever the hell all that.
It's the OG Yo Mama joke.
That is hilarious.
Yes. On the day you were born, your cord was not cut, nor were you washed with water to make you clean, nor were you rubbed with salt or wrapped in cloths. No one looked on you with pity or had compassion enough to do any of these things for you. Rather, you were thrown out into the open field, for on the day you were born, you were despised.
So wait a second. God is responsible for all of humanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that the day they were born, which he's referring to Jerusalem, right? As a whole, kind of. Yeah. But these are his people. Okay. He's saying that from the day they were born, they were despised.
Yeah.
Like he has complete contempt for this group of people.
Yeah.
Even though they are his chosen people.
Right.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. Basically, what he's saying is that this ancient nation began life as a hated people of mixed blood and mixed culture. And it was like an unwanted baby girl thrown out at birth and left to die.
Jesus. Well, that's. But we've talked about this before too. Like the whole story of Moses and everything. That probably never happened.
Right.
Like they were actually probably just descendants of Canaanites and Amorites and the whole nine yards,
and
right?
Hittites
and this is kind of touching on that actually.
Yeah.
Like yes, that is what they are. They are descendants of Canaanites and Amorites and the whole nine yards.
Yeah.
So, like.
He's like, you nasty fucks.
But who cares?
Right?
Right? Like, I mean, if you want them to be better, teach them to be better. If you're a fucking god, do fucking god shit. You know, like be a god.
So he carries on. He says, then I passed by and saw you kicking about in your blood. And as you lay there in your blood, I said to you, live. I made you grow like a plant of the field. You grew and developed and entered puberty. Your breasts had formed and your hair had grown, yet you were stark naked.
Okay.
Later I passed by, and when I looked at, so he admits that he left her.
Yeah, right.
You know, left a naked chick on her own.
He wasn't there when they were born. Apparently he's not there later. Like he's not paying much fucking attention, apparently.
He's just walking the earth doing his God thing of ignoring everything.
Yeah.
Later I passed by, and when I looked at you and I saw that you were old enough for love, I spread the corner of my garment over you and covered your naked body. I gave you my solemn oath and entered into a covenant with you, declares the sovereign Lord, and you became mine. I bathed you with water and washed the blood from you and put ointments on you. I clothed you with an embroidered dress and put sandals of fine leather on you. I dressed you in fine linen and covered you with costly garments.
Okay.
Like, to me, it's like, thank you. I'm not sure I asked for all that shit, but okay.
Right.
Fine,
I mean,
whatever.
I guess he's saying that at some point he tried to take the reins and teach them, like, I'm giving you the tools to be better or something like that, right? I waited
till you were an adult to step in and
guess.
Teach you.
Yeah.
But it to me smacks a lot of what the whole Jesus thing is. Like, I died for your sins. Like, dude, cool, I guess, but I didn't ask for all that.
Right.
Like, I'm just over here trying to live.
Yeah.
Like, no need to step in, please, unless it's, for good.
Yeah.
Do some good. Let's see you do good.
Right.
I adorned you with jewelry. I put bracelets on your arms and a necklace around your neck. And I put a ring on your nose, earrings on your ears, and a beautiful crown on your head. So you were adorned with gold and silver, material things.
Yeah, right.
I decorated you and made you pretty in material things.
Because you weren't perfect the way I made you.
Right.
According to God.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like you were an ugly piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I had to make you pretty
You just weren't good enough. So
yeah.
I had to make you better. Mm-hmm. I guess.
I had to decorate you with fine pieces of material
This isn't
objects.
saying much for God.
Right.
God is, supposed to be able to be this perfect being that can create perfect things. And so the things that he created were, by his own definition, not perfect.
Right. Exactly.
And he's having to, make them better, apparently. And we're supposed to feel grateful for that at some level, I guess.
Thank you for putting jewelry on me so I'm not ugly anymore, I guess.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel ugly till you told me I was.
Yeah.
Your clothes were of fine linen and costly fabric and embroidered cloth. Your food was honey, olive oil, and the finest flour. You became very beautiful and rose to be a queen. I became very beautiful after you decorated me.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And your fame spread among the nations on account of your beauty, because the splendor I had given you made your beauty perfect, declares the sovereign Lord. Yeah,
Okay.
You were ugly, but then I came along and put a crown on your head. I made you pretty. Fuck you, you arrogant fuck. But you trusted in your beauty and used your fame to become a prostitute.
Oh.
You
okay.
lavished your favors on anyone who passed by, and your beauty became his.
I mean, this is him talking about them worshiping other idols and other gods and yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
But again, I'm going to go back to the things that we've constantly talked about, and that's that there is no point at which he sends a reliable witness to himself, right? He refuses to speak up on his own behalf.
Right.
He refuses to teach anyone how to operate himself. He instead sends unreliable people to teach these things for him and hope that other people take these messages in and accept them.
Moreover, on a very esoteric level, he's slut shaming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, I can worship who I want. That's free will. I can fuck whom I please. That's free will.
Yeah, and yeah, if you aren't as powerful and as great as you say you are, then there's no reason for us to worship you in the first place. If you are that great, then we would know to worship you, I would think.
And if I want to fuck other people, I can fuck other people.
Definitely.
You're not the boss
no matter
of
how
me.
fucking great you are.
Yeah. You took some of your garments to make gaudy high places where you carried on your prostitution. You went to him and he possessed your beauty. Let me rephrase that for you, God. I fucked and nobody possessed me.
Right.
Because I'm a free agent and I can do what I want and nobody owns me.
Right.
I'm no one's possession.
Yeah.
You also took the fine jewelry I gave you, which apparently came with strings attached, because you're going to complain, I see, after this comma about what I did with them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, did you give them or did you loan them?
Right.
The jewelry made of my gold and silver. Why does God have gold and silver?
I don't
Why does
know.
God need gold and silver?
I really don't. I don't know.
This is
I
annoying.
feel like he's complained about having gold and silver as things in the past. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm sure we could find a place where he wanted people to get rid of their gold and silver because it's supposed to be just about him. So it's funny that they are things that he is pushing out there as adornments that are good for his people.
Right.
Which is kind of funny.
Right. You made for yourself male idols and engaged in prostitution with them.
Okay.
It almost sounds like he's talking about using the gold and silver to make sex toys. Look, sometimes women just need batteries. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
And you took your embroidered clothes to put on them, and you offered my oil and incense before them. Why is everything yours?
Yeah, I don't know.
Selfish.
Right?
Also, the food I provided for you, the flour, olive oil, and honey I gave you to eat, you offered as fragrant incense before them.
But again, you didn't really make it clear what you were and who you were to these people, and they were just worshiping whoever felt like was going to help them out. So,
well, not only that, but I think it's really silly to say that you gave them the shit that grew in the land.
Right.
Like, it grew in the land is why they went there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Moreover, they were probably responsible for making those things themselves grow more abundantly too. So, I mean, I feel like that would be kind of a cut on their ability to help themselves, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is what happened, declares the sovereign Lord. And I took your sons and daughters whom you bore to me and sacrificed them as food to the idols. Was your prostitution not enough? You slaughtered my children and sacrificed them to the idols. And I mean, don't do child sacrifice.
Right. No, yeah. And that's the one thing that we have agreed on that was horrible.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't horrible because it was another religion. It was horrible regardless who was doing it.
Right.
And I don't care what religion you are. Don't sacrifice your children.
Yes. Yeah, I think that we can all agree on that, hopefully.
Hopefully. So. Yeah, I mean, I know that there are certain sects of Christian who like to think that atheists eat babies.
Right.
I'm here to tell you, y'all were eating the babies way more than I ever was. We don't eat babies.
No, we don't.
Okay.
I mean,
your own God is telling you that y'all ate babies. Stop it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I never did any of that. So, okay, I win. In all your detestable practices and your prostitution, you did not remember the days of your youth when you were naked and bare, kicking about in your blood. Woe, woe to you, declares the sovereign Lord. In addition to all your other wickedness, you built a mound for yourself and made a lofty shrine in every public square. I thought that said pubic square at first. At every street corner, you built your lofty shrines and degraded your beauty, spreading your legs with increasing promiscuity to anyone who passed by.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, stop spreading your legs and promiscuity.
Right.
Don't do the sex with other people.
No.
Only with me.
Right.
Like, gross. You engaged in prostitution with the Egyptians, your neighbors with large genitals, and aroused my anger with your increasing promiscuity.
What?
What?
The enlarged genitals. That's, yeah.
I mean, is that, I'm not sure what to say about that.
So their neighbors had large genitals,
Big
apparently.
dicks.
Yeah.
And God's like, don't go fuck people with big dicks.
Right.
And I'm like,
but it was just this book, Ezekiel, where God was flashing his dick to Ezekiel like multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like he's kind of, in on the whole, dick thing.
Nothing gives like little dick energy, like talking about how other people have big dicks.
Yeah, maybe God's insecure.
Right?
That must be what it is.
I mean, he's specifically calling out Egyptians as having large genitals.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's in the Bible, and that's weird.
It feels similar to people today, like other cultures, they'll say that they have big dicks. Sometimes,
right.
And it feels like it's somehow a cut on those other cultures.
They somehow mean it as an insult at the same time that it's recognizing an actually positive trait, question mark.
Right.
But I'm like...
But it's somehow meant as an insult. In some degree. It's
supposed to mean, like, if you guys are known for having big dicks, then you're probably closer to animals than humans, I think is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And
or the sexual promiscuousness of that,
right,
something along those lines is what it's boiling down to, I think.
And I'm like, no.
Right.
They're the same as us. People, regardless of the size of their dick, get driver's licenses and, can vote and...
correct.
Tie their shoelaces.
Right.
So I don't know what you're trying to say there, but it's weird.
It is weird.
Let's just not talk about people's dicks, maybe.
That would be ideal, I think.
Like, I know that I talk about people's dicks on this podcast. I do. I
mean, but to be fair, the Bible kind of brings it up a lot.
Right? Like, that's what I'm getting
There's a lot of dick in the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it is everywhere. Fucking dick is everywhere.
And now, specifically, Specifically.
Yeah.
They're talking about
large dicks.
You know, the Egyptians, they got those big dicks and you went and fucked them. Like, yeah, I did.
Right, yeah.
If I was Israel, that would be my response. Sure. Yeah, I did.
Right.
Goddamn right I did.
Yeah.
So I stretched out my hand against you, you know, me, God, and reduced your territory. I gave you over to the greed of your enemies and the daughters of the Philistines who were shocked by your lewd conduct. Were they?
Okay, I guess.
Were they shocked?
I mean, that's what he's saying. So I guess they were shocked. I don't know.
I don't think they were shocked.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You engaged in prostitution. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I just thought I'd put that out. You engaged in prostitution with the Assyrians, too, because you were insatiable.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's a lusty prostitute.
Right?
Yum, yum. And even after that, you still were not satisfied. Well, literally, you just called her insatiable.
Yeah.
Why would she be satisfied if she was insatiable?
Right, right.
I mean,
and again, I'm just gonna point this back out. But God created these people. These are God's people.
Yeah.
And He is angry at them for being who they are, apparently.
Right.
So
he's I hate it when my kids are lusty whores. Ugh.
Well, and that's part of what makes me so angry is that He is railing against quote unquote His own people. Right. These are His chosen people, and He goes and yells at them all the time for being the people that they are.
Right.
And He doesn't do anything except for send really, really shitty messengers to tell them otherwise, according to the Bible, you know, and they're supposed to change based on what these idiots are telling them, even though there's a lot of other idiots telling them different things.
Right.
Like it makes no fucking sense.
No. And anyway, you don't tell somebody that you love them by telling them how much you hate them.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah.
Then you increased your promiscuity to include Babylonia, a land of merchants. But even with this, you were not satisfied. Israel was quite the lusty whore.
I guess. Well, you know, part of the reason that they ended up in Babylon and Assyria is, and Egypt for that matter, in large part, was because God drove them away.
Right.
According to God, according to the Bible, according to the canon, like that's why they ended up there. And a lot of the practices that are now part of Christianity came from those other cultures because according to the Bible, God drove them there.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, the whole thing's nuts. Like we believe things like not you and I,
right.
But Christians and Judaism believes things that are part of other cultures because, and again, according to the Bible, God drove them there and made them part of those cultures.
Yeah.
It's just
it's
nuts.
all backwards. It's so backwards.
Right?
I am filled with fury against you, declares the sovereign Lord, when you do all these things, acting like a brazen prostitute. I mean, I say better a brazen prostitute than a sneaky one.
Right, yeah, for sure.
When you built your mounds at every street corner and made your lofty shrines in every public square, you were unlike a prostitute because you scorned payment. So even as a prostitute, you weren't a prostitute because you fucked for free.
Yeah, like that.
That's even nastier.
So you can't really call them a prostitute.
But that's even worse, he's saying. You didn't, not only were you a prostitute, but you weren't a prostitute because you wouldn't even take payment. You were fucking everybody for free, you nasty hoe. That's what he's saying.
I mean, this is just, this is like slut shaming. Yeah. This is horrible.
You adulterous wife. You prefer strangers to your own husband.
So again, we're talking about God here, right? So we're talking about someone who has not proven that they exist to any of these people.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to cheat on a quote unquote husband,
right?
That is not present.
I'm sorry. Basically, it's like Israel married a truck driver who didn't just go on the road for like a year, but left for literal centuries.
Yeah.
And so then came home and was like, "What's going on? You didn't wait?" And they're like, "I thought you were dead, asshole."
Right.
You didn't send a postcard. You didn't call. Nothing.
Yeah.
You were gone.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Right.
Yeah, I fucked. I was looking for some other, dude.
I mean, technically, with the amount of time that God is gone, you could, I think, legally have him pronounced dead.
Right.
In any society that actually has some form of,
sounds
reasonable law based on how long you wait on somebody.
It sounds like that's what Israel did.
Right.
They declared him dead because he was missing.
As well they should have.
Right?
Yeah.
So they were no longer married to you and were free to fuck.
Exactly.
Whomever they so pleased.
That's how I see it.
And you coming home and ranting and raving and calling them names doesn't really make your case look good.
No, it does not.
All prostitutes receive gifts, but you give gifts to all your lovers, bribing them to come to you from everywhere for your illicit favors.
I just see them as generous.
I mean, you're making it to where it's like, how dare you fuck? How dare you not charge for fucking? How dare you fuck and give gifts?
Right. Yeah.
Like, what? I can make butter for somebody and I can fuck them.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Right.
Get away.
Yeah.
So in your prostitution, you are the opposite of others. No one runs after you for your favors. You are the very opposite, for you give payment and none is given to you.
Okay.
So I'm like, please fuck me, please. So you mean, wait, so I'm the man hiring a prostitute is what I'm hearing? So it's okay for men to hire prostitutes, but not for women to hire prostitutes.
That tracks with a lot of the things in the Bible.
Because that's what I'm hearing.
Right, yeah.
She was like, I need sex. Somebody come fuck me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And paying for sex.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would make the other countries the prostitutes, and that would make Israel the customer.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I guess. Sure. I mean, this whole exercise is of discussing it this way.
I'm just trying to play the game.
No, I know, but it's absolutely absurd.
Because you notice he's calling Israel a woman, right?
Right.
If he was calling Israel a man, then the man would be praised for all the sex that he got.
That is true.
Right?
That is actually true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would be like, damn, and you got it for free? Fuck yeah, you're winning.
Right, right.
But no, he's on purpose calling her a woman and is like, you are having other people.
Because misogyny and the Bible.
Yeah.
And it's, just ever present as part of the narrative.
See, that's why I'm playing the game, because it's a bad fucking analogy.
Right.
You know?
No, it really is. It really is.
Therefore, you prostitute, hear the word of the Lord. He's like, you fucking whore, listen to me, you bitch.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
That always makes me want to sit up and listen.
Yeah, no.
Like, that instantly makes my eyebrows shoot all the way up to the top of my head and be like, excuse you?
Right. Yeah.
You called me what?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to a goddamn thing you have to say.
Yeah.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. Because you poured out your lust and exposed your naked body in your promiscuity with your lovers, and because of all your detestable idols, and because you gave them your children's blood, therefore, I'm going to gather all your lovers with whom you found pleasure, those you loved as well as those you hated.
Okay.
You're going to give me the people I hated?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Where's he going with this?
I will gather them against you from all around and will strip you in front of them, and they will see you stark naked.
Okay, so this is a reference back to like him destroying Jerusalem, right?
Yeah.
So like essentially we're going back to that where he's going to lay them bare in front of all the neighbors because he's trying to punish them and show them as an example of what not to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just this is a different way of saying the exact same thing we've been saying throughout this whole book thus far, is that Jerusalem's fucked. God's going to send people to kill them. It's going to make them look horrible in front of their neighbors, and he's going to exile them forever and ever and ever. Amen. Whatever the fuck ever.
Except now we're slut shaming and making fun of women's bodies and stuff.
Yeah, because why not? Let's just throw in an extra layer of shittiness on top of the shittiness that we already have.
Exactly.
Like, let's just make sure that we disparage women to the nth degree, because why not? We can. It's the Bible. That's what we do here, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you're going to strip me down and shame me in front of people.
Yeah.
Like, the only one that should be ashamed is the person that's stripping me.
Right.
Regardless of what I've done, I don't deserve to be stripped down. Fuck you.
And that's, I think, the biggest argument that I have about this whole religious idea that is God and the Old Testament thus far is that God needs some fucking therapy. Like, God is not correct. God is obviously a human male in the, the year, whatever, thousands of years ago, writing this bullshit because they have no concept of what it means to actually be an equitable human who treats people with compassion and empathy, and it's none of that is there because they don't have the capacity for it at that point in time.
So of course the God that they create is going to reflect that.
Right.
And that wouldn't be problematic because sure, they all did that back then, right? The problem is that no, but we still are having some people believe that way to this day and enact laws around it.
And that's why we are here railing against this, because these ideas are still in that same fucking book.
Right.
And they're still being used to destroy people today. They're still being used to enact judgment on other human beings today. And these are ideas that are so far removed from what should be in a progressive society that they don't even hardly deserve comment, except that they still exist.
In the year 2024, we should 100% across the board be reading this and laughing at it, at its quaintness, at its oldness, at its ridiculosity.
Right.
And instead, you and I are reading it and making fun of it and laughing at it, and other people are just looking at us like we're the dum-dums and telling us, you just don't get it, and your heart's not open, and God has a plan, and it's justified because ... And that's the fucking problem.
Right.
Because
that is exactly the problem.
We should all be looking at this with the ridiculousness that it deserves.
Right. Read it for what it is. It is exactly
stupid.
What it is.
It's fucking stupid and childish and backwards and sexist and racist.
Right. And we wonder where this stuff stems from in our society, and it's right there in front of us.
Yep. I will sentence you to the punishment of women who commit adultery and who shed blood. Oh, no, not period women.
Not that. Yeah.
Oh.
It's rough.
I will bring on you the blood vengeance of my wrath and jealous anger.
The blood vengeance?
What's the blood vengeance?
I don't know, but it sounds bad.
It doesn't sound good.
Not that anything he says is good, but, okay. Blood vengeance.
You're going to draw blood, or are we talking about, I don't know.
It sounds like some sort of magical rite or something,
I don't know, because when he said shed blood, I instantly was thinking menstruation, but then he was like, blood vengeance, and I'm like, hold on, are we talking about period cycles, or are we talking about war with swords?
Well, there's a lot of symbolism in this chapter, so I'm sure there's a little bit more to it than that, but
All right. I will bring on you the blood vengeance of my wrath and jealous anger. Then I will deliver you into the hands of your lovers, and they will tear down your mounds and destroy your lofty shrines. They will strip you of your clothes and take your fine jewelry and leave you stark naked. Wait, God, I thought you already stripped me naked. They will bring a mob against you who will stone you and hack you to pieces with their swords.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds fun. Thank you, Lord. I love you.
Look, I know
awesome.
they're going to get taken over and conquered, but hack you to pieces.
Right.
Those were literally the words hack you to pieces is in the fucking Bible.
Right?
That is
talking to his own people,
right.
Allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
That's not... What the fuck?
I praise you like I should. You are awesome. They will burn down your houses and inflict punishment on you in the sight of many women. I will put a stop to your prostitution, and you will no longer pay your lovers. Again, it wasn't my prostitution. I was the customer.
Right, yeah.
They were the prostitute.
Exactly.
Then my wrath against you will subside, and my jealous anger will turn away from you. I will be calm and no longer angry.
Oh, wow. Just has to hack you to pieces first and embarrass the fuck out of you and kill you a lot.
I just have to strip you and make you do the naked booby dance in front of everybody.
Yeah, so...
And then I'll love you again.
Right.
Because you did not remember the days of your youth, but enraged me with all these things, I will surely bring down on your head what you have done, declares the sovereign Lord. Did you not add lewdness to all your other detestable practices? I mean, honestly, the only thing that I have problems with here is the child sacrifice.
Right. Yeah. The rest of it is your choice, man. You know,
whatever
when you I mean, most of what we rail against that the Bible inspires people of today to do is things that inflict their ideas on other human beings, right?
Harming others.
And thus, much of what we care about that the Israelites did that was bad, that God views as bad, are things that they inflicted on other people, which was generally child sacrifice, right? That was that, and when they warred against other factions, those were the only times we really had issue with the Israelites themselves,
right?
So, yes, when that it just like I can't stand it. So it is what it is. So I don't know where I was going. I lost my complete train of thought there.
I know. I'm like looking at you and you're so irate that you're like covering your eyes and you lost all your words.
Yeah.
You're like, everything sucks. I mean, basically. Everyone who quotes Proverbs will quote this proverb about you. Like mother, like daughter. Ooh. Whatever.
Okay.
You are a true daughter of your mother who despised her husband and her children. And you are a true sister of your sisters who despised their husbands and their children. Your mother was a Hittite and your father an Amorite.
And small of elderberries.
Your older sister was Samaria, who lived to the north of you with her daughters. And your younger sister, who lived to the south of you with her daughters, was Sodom. You not only followed their ways and copied their detestable practices, but in all your ways you soon became more depraved than they.
Okay.
You were worse than all them people that you're related to that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Somehow.
These things just keep it's so funny to me. Not funny, but it's crazy how we talk about how bad they are. And then he's just like, and all I got to do is just kill you and embarrass you. And then you're going to be back to normal again.
Yep.
Like it's such an easy fix in his mind. He's just got to kill and embarrass you.
Yeah.
Kill you real bad, but
Yeah. But not before I embarrass you.
Right.
I'm going to embarrass you, strip you first, embarrass you.
Yeah.
And then kill you.
Right.
Except for a couple of you. I got to keep a couple of you around to keep making fun of.
Right. Yeah.
As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, your sister Sodom and her daughters never did what you and your daughters have done. Now this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters were arrogant, overfed, and unconcerned. They did not help the poor and needy. They were haughty and did detestable things before me. Therefore I did away with them, as you have seen. Samaria did not commit half the sins you did. You have done more detestable things than they, and have made your sisters seem righteous by all these things you have done. Damn.
Wow.
He's like, I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah,
I hate
you guys
you
are
so hard.
you guys are worse than the worst, apparently.
You're awful. You're the worst. I hate you.
Right?
Bear your disgrace, for you have furnished some justification for your sisters. Because your sins were more vile than theirs, they appear more righteous than you. What is a suck contest?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like, you suck more than they did, and they sucked.
Right.
Like, are there degrees of, like, how much you hate us, I guess?
I guess. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I get it, right? Like, God is constantly going off about how much he hates the Israelites. Like, that's like the one constant in the Old Testament. And it seems like every time we get into some new book, there's like a one-upping of how much he hates them this time versus the other time, right?
Right.
And it just feels like this is one of those things where he's like, well, we got to make them look this much worse because we've already covered some pretty bad shit already. So let's make them that much worse.
Well, and that's how they did their communicating, their comparisons back then. They literally did. In order to make something seem big, they couldn't just be big, they had to be giants.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
So then be ashamed and bear your disgrace, for you have made your sisters appear righteous. However, I will restore the fortunes of Sodom and her daughters, and of Samaria and her daughters, and your fortunes along with them, so that you may bear your disgrace and be ashamed of all you have done in giving them comfort. Whee! And your sisters Sodom with her daughters and Samaria with her daughters will return to what they were before. And you and your daughters will return to what you were before. You would not even mention your sister Sodom in the day of your pride, before your wickedness was uncovered. Even so, you are now scorned by the daughters of Edom and all her neighbors and the daughters of the Philistines, all those around you who despise you. I'm so back and forth on this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You suck. I hate you. But I'll save you. But you still suck, and you suck worse than them.
But also, you were prostituting to them or something. I don't.
Right?
You know.
Like, what?
But they also hate you. But you were giving them free sex and what?
Yeah.
Like what? This is just all over the fucking place.
Can you just stop going off for a minute? Can you just talk?
Yeah.
Just talk.
Right.
You will bear the consequences of your lewdness and your detestable practices, declares the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I will deal with you as you deserve, because you have despised my oath by breaking the covenant.
The covenant.
The covenant that was made with their grandfathers.
Yeah, right.
And great-grandfathers.
Yeah. That he hasn't really, also that he hasn't really specifically laid out to them.
Right.
Which, even in one of the previous chapters in Ezekiel, he was like, I'm going to tell them all these things after, like, to make them better after they get destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them these things so that they're good people again.
Right.
And like, why didn't you do that before? Why didn't you come to them before? You've had,
right.
you know, thousands and thousands of years to discuss who you are, what you want as a God to these people that are your people. Why haven't you done that?
You know, this gets into parenting.
Yeah.
Like,
no, definitely.
Like, do you just always tell your kid everything that they're doing wrong and how much you hate them? Obviously not. If you do, you're a shitty parent, and you should probably stop listening right now and get yourself into some good family therapy.
Yeah.
Because you suck.
Right, right.
You know, if you're not happy with the choices your child is making, you bear some of, well, they're minors particularly, you bear some of the responsibility for the choices that they're making and why they're making them. And you should start talking to them.
Yeah.
And telling them your expectations.
Communication is key.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't just wait until they're like 18 and then be like, now that you're 18, I decided I'm going to tell you all the ways that you suck. And I'm going to embarrass you. And I'm going to cut you off. And I'm going to, you know, tell you how much you suck and blah, 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 blah. Oh, but someday there's an inheritance for you, but don't talk to me between now and then. Bye. Like, what? What is happening right now?
Right.
That's what I feel like this God is doing.
Yeah, yeah.
He, like, waited till they turned 18 and then just started screaming at them.
Yeah.
After being an absentee father.
Absolutely true. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
I agree.
Yet I will remember the covenant I made with you in the days of your youth, and I will establish an everlasting covenant with you. Okay.
Oh, again.
Right.
Okay.
All your covenants seem to come to nothing, really.
Right, yeah.
Then you will remember your ways and be ashamed when you receive your sisters, both those who are older than you and those who are younger. I will give them to you as daughters, but not on the basis of my covenant with you. So I will establish my covenant with you, and you will know
that my name is the motherfucking Lord.
That I am the motherfucking Lord.
Right, yeah.
Then, when I make atonement for you for all you've done, you will remember and be ashamed and never again open your mouth because of your humiliation, declares the sovereign Lord. The end.
So you're going to be silent the rest of your life because you were humiliated? And you're going to be just wonderful people because you recognized your humiliation because God showed it to you because he destroyed you. And oh, wait, he also hacked you to pieces.
Right.
Yeah. Good stuff.
If they're going to be full of regret, they're going to be full of regret that their God is so cruel, not at the things that they've done.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I don't really know how to feel about this chapter other than I don't like it. It's very it's heavy on the symbolism, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it's talking about the exact same things that we've been talking about up to this point. Mm-hmm. God's going to destroy the fuck out of them, going to spread them to different cultures and whatever, and people are going to laugh at them. They're all going to laugh at you.
They're all going to laugh at me. They're all going to laugh at me.
And
that's an Adam Sandler reference.
Right. No, yeah, for sure.
Just for those who don't know.
Yeah. And of course we have to bring misogyny into the mix because why not? We have to make women look like they're pieces of shit because that's how we describe bad things is in you damn women. You damn women.
Right.
You know, like you could almost rename the Bible you damn women.
Right.
You know? So I don't know. I was happier with the the multiple eyeballs on the wheels.
Can we go back to your
we
weird
want
visions?
more eyeballs on wheels.
Right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do we got anything else to go over today, or was that the gist of it?
That was not just the gist of it. That was the
whole
entirety
fucking
of
thing?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Ezekiel chapter 16.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow on our live Discord, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Yes. With
chapter 17 of Ezekiel.
That's right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel chapter 16.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, I believe God was going off about how Israel is a prostitute and a whore, and there is cheating on them, and like, damn them, and they suck.
But really, it turns out that she's not the prostitute. She's paying prostitutes for sex.
Right, yeah.
Which actually makes her a customer.
Yeah.
Which would be fine if she was a man, but she's a woman, so that makes her a fucking lusty whore.
Obviously, in the Bible, it is correct to be misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to believe the Bible, you have to believe in misogyny, apparently.
Yes.
At least that's the way it seems thus far.
Yes.
So,
correct.
I whatever.
Yeah.
And there might have been some redemption maybe at the end or something for them.
There's almost always redemption.
Yeah, I think that you can almost say that without having to. You can just guess that, and it's going to be correct. Generally.
Most of the time.
Generally.
I mean, most of the time he's like, I fucking hate you. You guys suck. And then at the very last two verses, he's like, but I'll save a couple of you. Bye.
Yeah. So that was Ezekiel chapter 16. And before we get into the new episode today, I do have a quick announcement that I would like to make with regard to a shout out. It's not exactly a new patron, but it is someone who has upped their patronage.
What?
Yeah. So Jessica R. Upped their patronage by $5. And
Jessica, thank you.
I really want to say a big thank you, because we are in a big push right now to try to get our level up to a higher level that's going to help us do some things that we want to get done with our podcast. And there's been a lot of response to it, and we definitely need a lot more, but some of it has been from our current patrons, and we really absolutely appreciate that so much.
You're the bee's knees, Jessica R. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. That being said, we just got done reading Ezekiel chapter 16, which means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel chapter 17.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are jumping into Ezekiel chapter 17.
Ezekiel chapter 17.
No, it's Easy K.
Also,
K.
did you know that that the number 17 is my favorite number?
I did know that. You know why?
Because you're married to me. And
we've been married for about that length of time.
Yes. And in fact, it's debatable whether it's 17 or 18 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those two. We on purpose don't know. Kind of. Just for the record. Anybody who's questioning that out there, because generally people know when they got married, but no, we got married twice, 2 years in a row.
No. That sounds gross. Here, what really?
Why does it sound gross?
Because it sounds like those people that like get married and then get divorced, but then they realize that they love each other, so then they go get remarried back.
Like that.
No, we got married a year before our ceremony, so that he could add me and the kids to his insurance.
Yeah.
And then, so a year after the legal thing, we actually held the ceremony with the dress and the
same weekend and all that.
Yeah. Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
So literally we just had our anniversary.
And we can never remember which exact day it is. So we're just like, it's Memorial Day weekend, whatever.
And it's 17 or 18
and
years
that works
now.
for us, and we like it.
It's funner, actually.
Because we get a whole fucking weekend.
And a story to tell about it.
And we get to discuss every single year how many years we've been married, and it's one of the two.
And we never know.
We never know.
And then people are like, the fuck? And we're like, it's fun for us.
And if we like one of the numbers better, we're just like, well, yeah, let's go with that one this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It
sounds
fun.
good.
It's fun. That's love, when you don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Yeah. I love you, babe.
Love you.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Ezekiel 17. Ready?
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to get into some parables here.
Are we?
Right?
That sounds not cool.
FYI, this is going to be a riddle, and it's also called a mashal, which is a proverb and a parable, both.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
And it's considered an enigma, a dark,
Is
obscure...
it wrapped in a
No.
conundrum? And,
No.
Okay.
But it is a dark, obscure utterance.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and it's about eagles. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to read about fly like the eagle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. The word of the Lord came to me.
Again.
Son of man.
Yeah, mere worm. Yeah, no, you mere human.
Ya worm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ya son of a bitch. Set forth an allegory and tell it to the Israelites as a parable. Which one do you want? Kidding. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. A great eagle with powerful wings, long feathers, and full plumage of varied colors came to Lebanon. Lebanon.
Sure.
Taking hold of the top of a cedar, he broke off its topmost shoot and carried it away to a land of merchants where he planted it in a city of traders.
Okay.
He took one of the seedlings of the land and put it in fertile soil, that eagle did.
Mm-hmm.
He planted it like a willow by abundant water, and it sprouted and became a low, spreading vine. Its branches turned toward him, but its roots remained under it. So it became a vine and produced branches and put out leafy boughs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop myself really quick and let you know that...
It's a symbolism for Israel and how they came to their land and then put roots down and grew the vines.
I'm not there yet, but yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that the great eagle refers to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I was thinking more like God because it's planting the seeds and the whole bit.
Not in this one. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
According to
I
notes,
guess whatever.
The king of Babylon is
I guess the eagle can be Nebuchadnezzar if they want it to be.
He's fly high like an eagle.
Who am I to judge who the eagle is?
But there was another great eagle with powerful wings and full plumage. The vine now sent out its roots toward him from the plot where it was planted and stretched out its branches to him for water. It had been planted in good soil by abundant water so that it would produce branches, bear fruit, and become a splendid vine.
Okay.
So God continues, say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Will it thrive? Will it not be uprooted and stripped of its fruit so that it withers?
Why would we uproot it and make it wither? How's that going to happen?
All its new growth will wither. It will not take a strong arm or many people to pull it up by the roots. It has been planted, but will it thrive? Will it not wither completely when the east wind strikes it? Wither away in the plot where it grew?
Oh, so this is more about bad planting practices, apparently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the comparison to the Israelites, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the word of the Lord came to me, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say to this rebellious people, do you not know what these things mean? So now he's going to explain it. He's like, I just told you a parable. Now I'm going to break it down.
You could choose to just say it, like you could just say it straight up.
Okay, I'm going to...
And you could say it not through Ezekiel or,
I'm
Jeremiah
God.
Or whoever.
I'm God.
Yeah.
And you be you telling me a thing. Prum, stories and parables. Prum, putting on a show. Here I go. Everybody watch my movie. Prum.
Yeah, could you just not put on a show?
Shut up!
And
Fear me, bitch.
No.
Yes.
No.
Blood. I mean, does that about sum it up?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I just summed up the whole goddamn Old Testament.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Do you not know what these things mean? Say to them, the king of Babylon went to Jerusalem and carried off her king and her nobles, bringing them back with him to Babylon.
Right.
So
that did happen.
That eagle picked up the seedlings, right? And he brought them.
Sure. And
he planted them, but not real good.
Yeah.
Then he took a member of the royal family and made a treaty with him, putting him under oath. He also carried away the leading men of the land. That was the first wave of exiles.
Right.
So that the kingdom would be brought low, unable to rise again, surviving only by keeping his treaty. But the king rebelled against him, the king of the
Israelites.
Yeah, Zedekiah.
Right, yeah.
Not Well, I'm just saying, like, it's suffering a little bit of pronoun abuse.
Yeah.
Where it's going he, and it's
well,
like,
I don't think the which king is necessarily important to the symbolism that they're trying to convey here. It's just that Israel got uprooted and then got uprooted again.
Okay, but when they're saying the king plucked some people, but the king rebelled, those are two different kings.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I read in my notes. Just, by the by, you might want to clarify this.
Sure.
So I'm clarifying it.
Okay. Right, yeah.
So the first king was Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, as the eagle.
Right.
And now the king rebelled against him by sending his envoys. That's King.
Well, it wasn't King Zedekiah. King Zedekiah was the king of, or was the leader of the Israelites. So it's whoever is in charge of.
Okay, but the king rebelled against him by sending his envoys to Egypt to get horses and a large army. Will he succeed?
No.
Will he who does such things escape? Will he break the treaty and yet escape?
No.
As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, he shall die in Babylon.
Do you know why I know this stuff?
Why?
Because they've already fucking covered it multiple times over.
Right. Yeah. He shall die in Babylon, in the land of the king who put him on the throne, whose oath he despised, and whose treaty he broke.
Yeah.
Pharaoh, with his mighty army and great horde, will be of no help to him in war, when ramps are built and siege works erected to destroy many lives.
Now, I feel like if he would have made it further, like if he would have made it beyond, like he never made it to Egypt. He made it just outside of Egypt.
That was when he was running away.
Right, yeah. But I feel like if he could have got to Egypt, they would have been helped. They would have helped him.
I don't know.
Probably.
I have a feeling Egypt knew what was happening and was like kind of watching from the sidelines going, I don't know.
They weren't going to go out of their way, but if he made it there, they're not going to let Babylon into their place. So they're like, fuck off.
Right. That is true. But I don't think that they would have like fully stood up to Babylon.
No.
So
I don't either.
I don't know if that would have been.
They were too evenly matched from what I've gathered anyway. They seemed like they were pretty evenly matched.
Right.
So.
Right. He despised the oath by breaking the covenant. I mean, you can break a promise without despising the promise.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I mean, I don't think that just because you break a promise means that you despised the promise that you made.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Like, if I promise my kid I'm taking them to Kings Island and then it rains and I'm like, well, we're not going. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't despise the promise.
For those of you who don't live in Southern Ohio, Kings Island is a amusement park.
Sure. Roller coasters and such. Yes. Theme park. Sorry. I knew what I meant.
Yeah, no, I know. I just was clarifying.
Right. I'm just saying, like, just because you break a promise or a covenant or what the fuck ever, that doesn't automatically mean that you despise it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that was like poor phrasing and like making something out of it that it wasn't.
Right.
He didn't break the fucking covenant because he despised it. That's not what happened.
Right.
Anyway, because he had given his hand in pledge and yet did all these things, he shall not fucking escape. Boom.
Okay.
Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. As surely as I live, I will repay him for despising my oath and breaking my covenant.
And he sure did.
It's just he's implying malice where I don't think a lot of malice exists.
Right.
Like, I think it's like, I don't give a fuckness.
Right.
Or I'm just trying to live-ness.
Yeah. And I also feel like this is just like the Bible tooting its own horn. Like, hey, this thing that happened, we knew it was going to happen. Oh, guess what? We also knew it was going to happen over here and over there and this other time and this other time. And hey, we called it again over here too.
And then we signed it to so many different dudes.
In triplicate.
Yeah.
And then
so like, that way we could claim, like, look at all these dudes who called it ahead of time.
We prophesied so fucking hard, guys. Like, look at how hard we prophesied.
We prophesied hard.
It was amazing how much we prophesied this shit.
Right?
It's like, look at all the prophecies.
We were hard soothsayers.
Yeah, we were.
I the Lord, will spread my net for him, and he will be caught in my snare. I will bring him to Babylon and execute judgment on him there, because he was unfaithful to me. All his choice troops will fall by the sword, and the survivors will be scattered, smothered, covered to the winds.
Yeah. Okay.
Like scrambled eggs at Waffle House.
Right.
Then you will know. That's not scrambled eggs.
That's not scrambled eggs.
No, it's hash browns.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Right.
See, I always get my scrambled eggs and my hash browns together because I like them all mixed.
Okay.
Yum, 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 yum,
Right.
yum. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken. Okay?
Not because he's announced that he's speaking a million fucking times.
Or did something with which they can be like, damn, did you see what the Lord just did? Holy moly, what?
We can't even do that because he speaks through his fucking prophets.
Right.
So, like, it's never the Lord speaking.
Right.
But we're supposed to know because he prophesies real hard that the Lord spoke.
Ezekiel says it a lot, so we believe him.
Yeah.
Because when you repeat yourself, that makes you trustworthy.
But I'm like, as far as I know, Ezekiel never even saw this shit happen. He just would have heard about it from afar. So, like, it was never, like, how would you know that it was correct even? I guess, no, they did bring the king to Babylon, so he would have seen that happen, I guess, maybe. Or at least been near it.
He might have seen it, but Zedekiah didn't. Oh, sick burn. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I myself will take a shoot from the very top of a cedar and plant it. I will break off a tender sprig from its topmost shoots and plant it on a high and lofty mountain. On the mountain heights of Israel, I will plant it. I'll plant it and I'm going to plant
it in one of the high spaces? Why?
Because high spaces are fine when it's Yahweh.
Okay.
Or El, or whatever the fuck we're calling
I just feel
it,
like
him, them today.
We spend a lot of time railing against high places, that's all.
Yeah, but...
So I feel like this is not correct.
So basically what he's saying is, oh no, the high places are fine, but only when you fear the Lord, which is me. This Lord.
Right.
I.
Yeah.
Alpha Omega guy.
Yeah.
Sky Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the mountain heights of Israel, I will plant it. It will produce branches and bear fruit and become a splendid cedar. Birds of every kind will nest in it. They will find shelter in the shade of its branches.
God plants the best vines. They're so grounded and rooted that it's unbelievable how well he plants those vines.
Nice tree. All the trees of the forest will know that I, the Lord, bring down the tall tree and make the low tree grow tall. I do good treeing. I'm the best treer.
Look at that tree being a good tree. I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let that other tree grow because I like killing things. I like killing things. I'm the
Lord with my tinker toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dry up the green tree and make the dry tree flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken, and I will do it. The end.
He sounds like Trump.
I'm awesome. I have all the big trees.
Believe me, I'm going to do it. It's going to be done. You know,
and it's going to be the biggest tree you ever saw. You thought you saw a high mountain? I had millions of people on the promenade.
I knew all these things happened a million times over, and I knew them before they knew them because I knew them so much. I knew them.
No one has been prosecuted worse than me in all of history.
Yeah,
I'm the best and the worst. I'm the most and the least.
It's so like we've heard. Whatever.
Finish a thought.
I can't. There's too many thoughts rolling around in my fucking head. God's a dick. God is not real, and he is. They're saying that God knew all these things so many times that you can't possibly fucking believe it at this point.
Right.
Like
not that you could in the first place.
What is it? You say doth protest too much, right?
Yes.
Like I mean,
methinks.
Yeah. It's there's too many. It's mentionitis, and they're mentioning these things so often that it's like. Yeah, we get it. You fucking knew, I guess. But I don't really believe you because you're just making such a fucking big deal about it.
I have to say something.
What?
You used the word mentionitis, and that's like a word that I made up.
Yeah. For
when somebody keeps referring to something over and over and over again.
You made that up? Like no one else ever made the word mentionitis up?
No.
Really?
That's a meism.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And so just now when you said it, like it made my heart skip a beat. And I love you because you've adopted my language to the point that you didn't even know that it came from me.
Right. No,
I say mentionitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you got a crush on somebody and you keep mentioning their name fucking over and over and over and over and over again.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mentionitis.
I feel like... Okay.
No, it's me.
Okay,
I promise.
it's you. All right, okay.
If you think that you've heard it elsewhere, I would like to know that source.
Well, I don't have a source. I can't prove it, so I'm going to let you have this one.
Okay.
So... I mean, there you go. You get mentionitis.
I get mentionitis. I have mentionitis.
Right. I mean, it's better than other things you can get. So, you know.
It's better than talking about fucking trees that you planted and uprooted.
For sure. All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you something really important.
Yeah.
I think it's verse 9. Let me double check my notes.
Okay.
Because it's actually kind of cool.
Got it.
Yeah. The entire Hebrew alphabet appears in verse 9.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason they did that? Or just...
I don't know. It's just a
they
thing.
really like the alphabet again. And they're like, here, let's throw it in here.
It's like somebody was like, oh my God, this sentence says that the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Right.
That's a sentence that uses every letter in the English alphabet.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's like a sentence that you employ if you're trying to see if a typewriter works real quick.
Oh, okay.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Okay.
Because it utilizes every sinletter in the English alphabet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like they came across that in the Bible and they were like, every letter, oh my God.
Right.
Verse 9.
Yep.
There it is.
All right. That was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we will be back tomorrow with...
Ezekiel chapter 18?
That is correct.
Awesome.
We'll see you guys then.
Okay, bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, I think we had a parable wrapped in a proverb that was about an eagle that was planting seeds, but he didn't plant them very well.
In the one place. Which was Nebuchadnezzar. And Knezer, sorry. Ends with an R.
Yeah, my bad. But, there was some planting of seeds of vines, and then they grew, but they weren't grown great. And then God came back and planted more seeds after those were bad. And he planted them in the high places, which was weird.
Considering that we're supposed to not like the high places.
Yeah, right. That was definitely weird. And then those grew better, apparently, but then their neighbors had enlarged, dicks. Yeah. So there's that. That was, I mean, that's what I remember.
The neighbors had big dicks. You got
anything else? You're right, yeah. So that was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Sure as fuck was.
And I want to acknowledge real quick here that we do have some more shout outs to do for Patreon, so thank you everybody for jumping on and helping us out with this drive that we're doing. You guys have been amazing. And right now we have been so busy. I've been having trouble keeping up with all the things that I need to do. So we will be getting more shout outs out very, very soon, actually this week. So stay tuned for some of those, for those of you who are waiting for them.
And the reason for those shout outs is that we're currently doing a Patreon drive.
Yes. And we're trying to reach a level of $400 a month to get some of the things done that we need to do for our podcast. So if you have the ability to help us out, or you can even join for a free membership. I mean, there are things we do share some stuff over there for free occasionally. But we'd love to have you on Patreon, Discord, all the places that we are. Hop over to our website so you can see and track the Patreon drive that we're doing right now, which is sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. And do those things. So
do those things.
That brings us back to, we just finished Ezekiel chapter 17. And today we're getting into Ezekiel chapter
18.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are picking up with Ezekiel chapter 18.
That we are.
Here we go.
Ezekiel chapter 18.
No, Ezekiel.
I know. I'm aware that that's what we want it to be.
Yeah.
But I state it out loud so that people don't get confused as fuck when they join us for the first time ever. They're like, who the fuck's an Ezekiel?
Well, I mean, I said it correctly in the intro. So hopefully they know that I'm just a Dumbo that likes to say whatever I like to say.
But sometimes maybe people skip the intro. They're like, I don't really care about the intro. I want to hear the bit.
Fair enough.
The main port.
Fair enough. Here's the bit.
Yeah, the bit.
When I say Ezekiel, it's because it's more fun than Ezekiel, and I need all the fun and joy I can bring to my life in all the little ways.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So the word of the Lord came to me, as it does.
Yeah. Seems to.
And me,
I mean, according to the Bible,
me
it does.
being Ezekiel.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you people mean by quoting this proverb about the land of Israel? The parents eat sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge.
Okay.
Okay. That's about the sins of the father visited on the child or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, you will no longer quote this proverb in Israel. That would be nice. I would like that. I mean, haven't we complained about how that's some unfair bullshit?
Yeah. Yeah.
For everyone belongs to me, the parent as well as the child. Both alike belong to me.
See, I don't like the idea of bringing ownership into any relationship.
I don't think you own anybody.
I think that's a bad way to view a relationship between anybody. Let alone a God. Like a God should be there to help us, right? Or to encourage us, or to whatever. But like this is not what it is. It is about ownership. It is about blind worship. It is about just bowing to this deity that needs all the things because he can't fucking exist without people praising him all the fucking time.
Right. I mean, even in a parent-child relationship, you might have jurisdiction over the child, but you don't own the child. The child's a fucking person.
Right.
Who has their own feelings, their own ideas, their own thoughts.
Well, I think the idea, like that idea right there, that idea is where it becomes problematic because of the pseudo endorsements of slavery that are throughout the Old Testament as well. Like, the ownership of people is definitely a concept that they don't shy away from in this book.
Right. Ownership of women, children, slaves. Yeah. It's all about ownership.
Yeah.
Ownership of land and resources.
Right.
Like, the entire book is just men being greedy.
It really is.
Gross.
Yeah.
The one who sins is the one who will die. That's the Lord saying that.
Unless you ask other parts of the Bible.
And unless you didn't sin in his sight or something.
Right.
There's been plenty of stuff that, like, people got smote in the beginning for, like, picking up sticks on the wrong fucking day or whatever.
Right.
And now, like, he's like, meh.
Well, but and people are always like, why don't the wicked get their just dues,
Right, exactly.
And they don't sometimes in the Bible.
Yeah.
And God's like, they'll get it when they die or whatever. Yeah, so whatever.
It's not for yours to know.
Yeah.
Boo. Suppose there is a righteous man who does what is just and right. He does not eat at the mountain shrines or look to the idols of Israel. He does not defile his neighbor's wife. Well, that's good of him.
I mean, yeah.
Or have sexual relations with a woman during her period. That's personal.
I mean, that's a little bit too specific.
Right?
I mean...
You sinner.
Like,
did
seriously?
you fuck your wife while she was shedding her uterus? God damn you to hell.
I feel like they're way too preoccupied with sex.
With
in this book.
genitalia.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
Like, how about this? Don't worry about it. And if a woman wants to fuck while she's on her period and a man is down for it, or a woman for that matter is down for it, let them fuck.
Why is it anybody's business?
It's nobody's business.
Right.
Let people fuck.
Except the Turks. Nobody business but the Turks.
It is nobody's business but the Turks. That's what I hear.
Right, yeah.
Because Istanbul was...
once Constantinople. Yeah.
He does not oppress anyone, but returns what he took in pledge for a loan. He's this good guy,
Okay, yeah.
He does not commit robbery. Oh, I'm so glad. Like, the bar is so fucking low.
Yeah.
But gives his food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked, as you should do if you have resources.
Sure,
Give to the poor, He does not lend to them at interest or take a profit from them. He withholds his hand from doing wrong and judges fairly between two parties. So he's a right nice dude.
Really interesting because they're actually hearkening back to some ideas that are straight out of like Leviticus and things, which we haven't really heard them touch on in a while.
Right.
Like the bit about the having sex on the period and the lending at no interest. And those things have not been talked about for quite a while.
Do you guys actually even have a copy of the rules anymore?
Right. Well, I mean, obviously
Apparently they do.
Obviously
right?
somebody does. Yeah.
He follows my decrees and faithfully keeps my laws. That man is righteous. He will surely live, declares the sovereign Lord.
His path is probably pretty straight, I'm guessing.
It's not crooked.
Not crooked, yeah.
But he says that dude will surely live. But I mean, unless he gets bit by a rattlesnake or gets cancer or dies in a car accident. Like, no, he doesn't surely live. He surely is a nice guy who probably attracts nice people to him. And thus, karma helps him, the more good that you are, the more good unto you.
Well,
right?
I think what they're trying, every once in a while, God, or, the Bible tries to say that, he's going to protect those who are good. And, and they're going to be given better things and they're going to do better in life, right? And I don't think it's because there's other points where good people have shitty things happen to them.
Right. Exactly.
So it's not true. It's just a way for them to describe, hey, if you do this, you're going to get rewarded, right? And now when you get right down to it, if somebody the good dies, they're going to be like, well, they're going to get rewarded in the afterlife. Or, they're going to make up an excuse on the spot as to why this person died and, somebody else didn't.
It's God's ineffable plan.
There is no correct answer. The answer is whatever sounds good in any given chapter is what's going on here.
Right.
So
annoying.
Yeah.
Suppose he has a violent son who sheds money. Or, I'm sorry, who sheds blood. He doesn't shed money.
I need to be friends with somebody who sheds money. Yeah.
No, he sheds blood or does any of these things, though the father has done none of them. He eats at the mountain shrines. Oh, that son of a bitch.
Damn son.
He defiles his neighbor's wife. Rapey fuck. He oppresses.
It sounds like he wasn't raised very well.
Right?
I'm just saying.
I know plenty of good people who did not raise their children very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just because you're a good person doesn't mean you're a good parent, quite honestly. He oppresses the poor and needy. He commits robbery. He does not return what he took in pledge. He looks to the idols. He does detestable things. He lends at interest and takes a profit. Will such a man live?
I don't know.
He will not.
Okay, all right.
Because
I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be because it could have gone either way.
It really can go either way. Honestly, the answer should be, don't worry about it. That's between me and him.
Right.
Yeah. But no, he's like letting you know, no way. I always reward the good. I always punish the bad. You should always, always, always be good and you'll get the rewards. Right. Like that's what he's trying to say right now.
Yeah.
Other times he's like, don't worry about it.
They'll get their dues
They'll get
at
theirs
some point.
And you'll get yours even if you die before you see it.
Yeah, right.
He will not, because he has done all these detestable things. He is to be put to death. His blood will be on his own head. But suppose this son has a son who sees all the sins his father commits, and though he sees them, he does not do such things.
I bet. Okay.
So you're a good kid, but your parents suck.
Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be okay in this chapter, maybe. I could be wrong, but like in previous chapters, you could be punished up to like 10 generations back.
Yeah.
And maybe even more. I don't know. Like there was some crazy like punishment for the sins of your, parents.
Right. And that's what God's saying. Not no more. I'm doing away with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your individual. Well, this almost sounds like people were like, how can we ever dig out of this?
Right.
And
we're in debt of bad.
And then Ezekiel's like, well, God's changed his mind. It's better now.
Actually. Okay, so this kid, he's so good. He does not eat at the mountain shrines or look at the idols of Israel. He does not fuck his neighbor's wife. He does not oppress anyone or require a pledge for a loan.
Yeah.
He does not commit robbery. He gives food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked. He withholds, we've already read all this. He's a good guy, right?
He's good, yeah.
He withholds his hand from mistreating the poor and takes no interest or profit from them. He keeps my laws and follows my decrees. He will not die for his father's sin.
Okay.
He will surely live. That's nice. I'm glad you're changing your mind, God.
I gotta wonder when this changed, though. Like
right?
when
Did you
was
write
this?
that down? Is that the new covenant?
Right? Do we believe it this year but not next year? Like what is
How
this?
How long is this?
Right.
Yeah. Is this just for Ezekiel or does this go on in other books?
Is this like one of those like tax what do they call it? Tax holidays or whatever where they like, you forgive something for a while
Epiphany
and then
or whatever it's called.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's not the right word.
Yeah, no.
No, but it was like every 7 years they did a thing, and then.
Oh, no, I was talking about like in like actual now where they give like tax holidays where you don't have to pay taxes on back taxes and stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
So like this is like one of those tax holidays where they're like, you don't have to pay the penalties for your father's sins, but maybe next decade, maybe we might pick it up next decade again.
We'll revisit this.
Right, yeah.
It's still on the books. We didn't erase it. We just erased it for this year.
Right, yeah.
But his father will die for his own sin because he practiced extortion, robbed his brother, and did what was wrong among his people. Yet you ask, why does the son not share the guilt of his father? No, I don't ask that. I think finally you saw sense and decided to...
Yeah, it makes great sense.
If you had presented this from the beginning, nobody would ask you at all.
Right. We thought those other rules were ridiculous and stupid, which they were. That
you were kind of dumb and doing it wrong. Yeah. Although I do recall that I did some kind of deep dive, and that it was early on with these smaller tribes and cultures a way of making them more conscientious. It was like pulling them together. Yeah. And it helped them think about what they were doing before they did it, knowing that the people around them would be impacted.
Okay. Right.
So it was like a way of
collective punishment.
Collective punishment, but also collective thinking out before you do something.
I gotcha. Sure.
So, I mean, there was a place for it, but like now they're building cities. It's like, no, get that shit out of here.
Right.
There's too many people for that.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
I got it.
Since the son has done what is just and right and has been careful to keep all my decrees, he will surely live.
Okay.
The one who sins is the one who will die. Boom, dead.
Yeah.
You fucked on the wrong day, asshole.
But I do think it's funny, though, that Ezekiel is just like rewriting the rules.
Yeah.
Like that's right here.
Is he's saying that God's telling him, but I'm not sure about it.
No. We are absolutely sure that God is not telling them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, that is not even in question here. Right. He's they're rewriting the fucking rules because they want to, because these make more sense.
I do wonder, though, because isn't it that Jeremiah came after him? And Jeremiah never mentioned...
slightly.
But Jeremiah never mentioned this rewriting of the rules.
Right. Because they're not talking to the same God.
Right.
They're not talking to any God.
Yes.
They're talking to themselves, and they're coming up... Like, they might have shared some ideas between each other.
And then they went back to their respective cities, and... yeah.
Probably Jeremiah was like, dude, what kind of shit are you on over there? The fucking wheels with the eyeballs and the what?
Yeah,
and you're going to lay on your side for a year and a half? What are you doing over there?
And you're rewriting the rules?
He's like, I'm just trying to be a fucking double agent over here. Yeah. And you're being fucking weird, man.
You're being weird, man. The child will not share the guilt of the parent, nor will the parent share the guilt of the child. That was a long-winded say of everybody's responsible for his own fucking actions.
Right.
The righteousness of the righteous will be credited to them, and the wickedness of the wicked will be charged against them.
Great. Sounds like a much better plan than they had originally when they were doing the long-winded, multi-generational punishments. So.
But if a wicked person turns away from all the sins they have committed and keeps all my decrees and does what is just and right, that person will surely live. They will not die.
Okay.
Okay. So again, long-winded way of saying everybody's responsible for their own shit.
Right.
None of the offenses they have committed will be remembered against them.
Okay.
Because of the righteous things they have done, they will live.
Wait, so they can do offenses, but they're forgiven because they did more good things?
Because they turned away from the sins. Oh. And then they kept all the decrees.
So this is maybe like the beginnings of like the forgiveness for sin and stuff like that. Interesting.
Yeah, we are literally seeing but if you say sorry right quick before you die, then you still get to go to heaven.
It feels, what, the Old Testament feels like a negotiation with the people that are following this God. And they're negotiating better ways to be, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they're like, well, we don't like that aspect, so can we change that?
Yeah.
And like over time, they slowly start changing some of this, and that's how it morphs into what it ends up being, right?
Right.
And it really feels like they are just changing things as they go along, to make it fit better with what society at that given point wants.
Right. This is very interesting to me. I have not seen this before.
Right.
If you say sorry right quick before you die, you still get to go to heaven and you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I take any pleasure in the death of the wicked? Declares the sovereign Lord.
Yes. The answer is yes. No matter what he says, the answer is yes.
The answer is
absolutely
always yes.
fucking yes.
He loves killing people.
Right.
We have seen that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't care what he says.
Right. I don't either.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Rather, am I not pleased when they turn from their ways and live? I'm going to say you're disappointed because one got away from you being allowed to smite him. I'm going to say that you look for reasons to fucking kill people.
Yeah.
When you're not ignoring them altogether.
Right. He's shown joy in finding reasons and ways to kill people, it seems like.
I mean, somebody peeked at you when they were trying to carry your fucking box that you sat in, and the box fell and they tried to catch it for you and they touched it and they weren't supposed to.
Uzzah.
Yeah. Justice for Uzzah,
That's right. Justice for Uzzah.
And then another couple people peeked inside and you got pissed and smote them all over the fucking place. Like, what the hell? And you're telling me you don't enjoy killing people? Fuck off with that. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy killing people, don't fucking kill them.
Right.
Particularly for dumb reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
But if a righteous person turns from their righteousness and commits sin and does the same detestable things the wicked person does, will they live? Okay, hold on. So there's a good person.
Yeah.
But then they start doing bad shit.
Okay.
So will they live?
I'm going to guess no.
None of the righteous things that person has done will be remembered.
Oh. So it's a matter of the order you do them in.
Yeah.
So if you're good and then bad, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you're bad and then good, we're cool.
So that's why you have to live your best life in your 20s and 30s.
Right.
And then knuckle down and get serious in your 40s.
Sure. And I suppose if God forgets to smote you a couple of times, you could actually be bad and then good and then bad.
Right.
And then good and then bad and then good.
But every time.
And then you're still okay.
Every time, once you get done being bad.
Right.
And then you be good. Every time that you be bad after that, it's like a Russian roulette.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're getting older.
You could die any minute.
Right.
So.
But technically you could die any minute even when you're younger.
No, I know. So I'm just saying, always be bad first.
Right.
Never be bad before you're good. Because of the unfaithfulness they are guilty of, and because of the sins they have committed, they'll die. They will die.
Okay. All right.
So you say, God.
Yeah.
So
This time.
Yeah. Yet you say, the way of the Lord is not just.
I mean, sometimes I do say that, yeah. Because I don't think it is. Even in Ezekiel, it's been not just.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear you, Israelites, is my way unjust? Is it not your ways that are unjust? If a righteous person turns from their righteousness and commits sin, they will die for it. Because of the sin they have committed, they will die.
Okay, hold on. This fucker is literally talking about them committing sin, right? Which could be any number of
It could be fucking
things.
Your wife on her period.
Sure.
You're going to die.
Right, that's one of the you're going to die, right? But the punishment is him murdering you.
Yes.
God is going to murder you.
I'm going to kill you.
For fucking your wife on her period.
I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to fucking kill you if you are having sex with your wife on her period.
And they have the fucking nerve to call this sin and morality and what?
Yeah.
You're going to murder me for doing this thing. Not correct me, not teach me, but murder me.
But even if you taught me, like, hey, I don't like it that you're fucking your wife on her period.
Right.
So I didn't ask you to watch. You're not involved. I wasn't talking to you about it except when you asked.
Right. Yeah.
And even then I was kind of like hesitant because it's like none of your goddamn business. You're the one worried about it. Me and my husband, we're fine.
Yeah.
So why are you worried about, why do you even need to worry about me on my period?
That was one of your favorite sayings when we first got together is like, why do other people need to know what's going on in other people's pants?
Yes.
Right? Like it doesn't, that has no bearing on anybody.
What I do with my vagina, what goes in and out of it.
In a consensual relationship has no bearing on anybody else.
Yes. I don't understand. They are so concerned about people's vaginas and penises.
Very much so.
Like, into a very gross fashion.
It really is.
Like, if it's consensual, don't fucking worry about it.
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, we can have a discussion maybe about the age of consent. I think that is a discussion.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I don't think that a 14-year-old is old enough to consent.
No, I 100% agree.
A 17-year-old, I don't understand how suddenly the next day's their birthday and they're magically old enough to consent. But I also recognize that we have to pick a line and start somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. But that's a discussion, right? We can have what is the age of consent.
But even that's a discussion too. Like, do we really have to pick an age? Could it be more about, in a futuristic society where we determine things by some sort of a genetic marker that's in different people that mature at different times, or a psychological marker that we have the ability to, because we're having the discussion of age now in this period because 18 is the best overall consensus we can come to with regard to age of consent, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that will always be the case, because we might know more about psychology, or we might know more about different things in the future.
For that matter, we know that dudes' brains don't stop fucking growing until they're 25. So maybe a dude can't actually consent to certain things till he's 25.
There you go.
How the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
I do know that there are some 25-year-olds I would not give my keys to because they shouldn't be driving a goddamn car.
Right.
Whereas my kid has been responsible enough to be driving since they were 15.
16.
Well, they had their permit and were learning and stuff.
That's true.
I'm just saying, they took the rules and the learning very seriously and are still one of the few people that I don't mind being a passenger in the car.
Right. Right.
Like, they drive very safe. Yeah. And we know that they do it even when we're not in the car because we've got one of those devices that monitors your driving on the car. And it comes back 100% every week.
Literally. That's without us harping on it at all.
Yeah.
Mostly that thing is in the car because it calls 911 automatically if they get into an accident.
And that's seriously our only major concern. We're not spying on the kid or anything.
Right,
We want them to be safe.
Yeah.
And they are. My point being, my 19-year-old is a lot more responsible and trustworthy and reliable than a lot of other people who are older or younger.
Right.
So I don't know what the age of consent for many things should or shouldn't be. I do know it's not the same across the board. And I do know that in my goddamn 40s, if I'm on my period and want to fuck my husband, it's not a fucking sin, and I should not be made to feel guilty for it, nor should my husband.
Right.
We should not be made to feel unclean and disgusting and horrible and gross. I would never have mentioned it had it not come up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather not.
Right. We end up having to discuss some really weird shit because of the Bible.
I hate the Bible. I hate it.
It's crazy.
I never thought I would be on a goddamn podcast publicly speaking about sex on my period.
Because of the Bible.
Because of the fucking Bible. And they're telling me that this guy could be good all his life, but then he fucks his wife while she's on her period, and nope, he's a sinner, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is.
But if a wicked person turns away from the wickedness they have committed and does what is just and right, they will save their life.
Doesn't the fact that they have time to turn away from the wickedness kind of take away from the idea that he's going to kill people that do wicked things?
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously not going to take
You're not going to do it
action right away.
Yeah.
You're going to take it whenever you feel like it. I mean, can we get it? Can we get a time frame? What's the deal?
What do you mean by dead? Do you mean their soul's going to die? Because clearly their body doesn't.
Right.
Do you mean that at some point when they die, they don't go to whatever your after party is?
Right.
What does that mean exactly?
Yeah.
Because that's a good point. It's not like they die right away.
Right.
Because they consider all the offenses they have committed and turn away from them, that person will surely live. They will not die. And see, this is a reason that I can't be a Christian, because there are things that even if I started to believe in a God and in an afterlife, somehow, let's say that those things happen.
Sure.
There are things that people would want me to feel guilty for that I don't. That led to the person that I am.
Right. I mean, I think that understanding and accepting who you were is a large part of being a healthy human being.
Right.
And to shame yourself for the things in your past is not healthy. I think that's a large part of why, religion in general, not just Christianity, but religion in general is an unhealthy practice. Yes. Because it makes people feel shameful about things that they have done or did or are going to do even, that don't necessarily require that much shame.
And maybe they did do bad things. I don't know. But is there a point at which, you grow from it?
Right.
None of the things that I did, I think, are things that are bad. But the Bible might.
Right.
And I don't think that that's a fair discussion, It's not, right. As far as you and I are concerned, it isn't a discussion. Right.
It is, our choices as human beings. And, we have grown from who we were in the past, and we are happy with who we are.
Yeah.
And that's including the bits about who we were.
Right.
So I'm fine with who I was,
I've never had to ask you for forgiveness, and nor have you had to ask me for forgiveness for things that we did or said or were or
I've
whatever.
always kind of been of the opinion that if you, especially even with a partner, right? Mm-hmm. If you have to apologize constantly to that partner or person in your life for things that you did in your past, that's not a good relationship.
No, that's not the person for you.
Right. That's an unhealthy relationship, in my opinion.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And it feels like this is kind of the same relationship people have with God.
Yes.
You're constantly apologizing for things in your past,
And things in your future and things in your present. You're
right.
Always never not be apologizing.
Right.
Always fear the Lord. Never not be apologizing.
Yeah.
Gosh, when do you find time to sleep? And how are you not always depressed and trying to kill yourself from the misery that this God puts on you?
Right. No, it's not good.
It's not healthy.
Right.
Yet the Israelites say, the way of the Lord is not just. Are my ways unjust, people of Israel? Is it not your ways that are unjust?
You just said that they say it's unjust.
This is the equivalent of, I'm not ugly, you are.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Ooh, good argument, God. Good one. Therefore, you Israelites, I will judge each of you according to your own ways.
I feel like if you're God, you wouldn't really actually have to argue with anybody.
Right.
You literally could just make those judgments and then make them happen, correct?
Right.
Like the way you want them to be done.
Right.
Only that doesn't happen, so we're having a hypothetical argument between Israelites and the prophet who is relaying the message of God. Mm-hmm. It's dumb.
He's like, y'all need to behave because God's going to get ya.
Right.
And they're like, is he though? And he's like, no, he really is. And they're like, I don't know about all this because there's some really stupid rules. And he's like, okay, which one? Show me. And then they're like, well, what about this one? And then, Ezekiel's like, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Let me go think about it. Talk to God. I got to go.
Right.
And then he comes back and he's like, okay, I thought about it. God talked to me and this is what he decided.
Right. Yeah.
Get over yourself, guy.
Right.
All right. So, I will judge each of you according to your own ways, declares the sovereign Lord. Repent! Turn away from all your offenses. Then sin will not be your downfall. If you just don't sin, then you won't sin.
Yeah.
If you just stop sinning, then you're not being a sinner.
It's true.
My God, it's true. That simple.
It's true.
Rid yourselves of all the offenses you have committed and get a new heart and a new spirit. Just go get one. They're always on sale at Walmart. You can just pick up a new heart and a new spirit. I don't recommend getting them at Dollar General because then you're getting a discount heart.
Right.
I also don't recommend...
Yeah, those are hard off.
Hard off. I don't recommend ordering them from Amazon because you might get a used one that somebody... sent back in a sealed box.
At the very least, UPS kicked it around some.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So, just go to the store, get one. Get a new heart and a new spirit.
Yeah.
Why will you die, people of Israel?
Generally old age or tragedy.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
For I take no pleasure in the death of anyone. For I take no pleasure in the death of anyone, declares the sovereign Lord.
Okay.
Repent and live. That's a Christian statement if I ever heard one.
Right.
Repent and live.
Yeah.
Oh, they borrowed heavily from these prophets.
You mean the New Testament did?
Yeah.
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 It feels like it.
It's gross.
I mean, I've never read the New Testament, but it feels
you can
like
hear the Christians walking around saying this shit, though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely stuff that I am aware of that exists in Christianity. So,
yeah. Repent and live.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end.
Oh, that was the end?
That's the end.
Oh, okay.
He does not like to kill people. Repent and live.
Apparently, I don't believe that, but apparently, yeah. I had a thought as we were kind of wrapping this chapter up, and it revolved around the idea of the prophets.
Okay.
And how, there's all these false prophets out there, right?
Yes.
So this was just more of like a thought that this has nothing to do with exactly with the chapter that we just read, but it's more to do with the fact that we've been reading prophets for 3 books now, right? And so it feels to me like prophets are essentially what a pastor or priest would be today, right? And it strikes me that them reciting what God told them is essentially the same thing as the pastor creating his sermon, right?
Just making shit up.
Yeah, but to lend it authority, they say, this is what God told me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I feel like that's all this is, right? This is just essentially pastors or priests getting their sermon together and saying, this is what God told me, but only saying that because it lends authority to what they're saying.
Yes.
And that's all this is.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking sermon.
Yeah.
And yeah, so these are people. They're regardless of what we're talking about, it's people writing this shit, and a lot of it is just terrible.
This particularly was a bad chapter.
I mean, I feel like we say that all the time.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah. I don't know that this one was any worse. I mean, there was the chapter 14 where I fucking went off because he was talking about mass murder, multiple different ways to mass murder people.
He was dreaming about, I could kill him this way, I could kill him that way.
Right.
You don't know. I could stuff marshmallows down their throats and let them choke on that. Yeah. You don't know.
For fuck's sake. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 18.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Ezekiel chapter 19.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel chapter 18.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, we actually were introduced to a new concept in the Old Testament that we hadn't come across before, which was personal responsibility and not being punished for other people's sins.
As in the sins of our fathers.
Right, yeah.
Are visited upon us.
It was very Jesus-y sounding. Like,
weird.
What the fuck is happening?
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, Ezekiel gets this new message from God and is like, so no more, 10 generational punishment things going on?
Right.
And I'm like,
did you just rewrite the Bible, Zeke?
Right? Yeah.
What's going on?
I feel like enough people complained and they're like, you need to change that bit. And they're like, okay.
Whatever will make you will be God and stay away from the idols, man.
But it's God. God's supposed to be infallible, right?
Unchangeable.
Yeah. And yet, this is a big one.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It is pretty huge.
And again, like it's so big that it's like the whole difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
Except for that here it is in Ezekiel.
Right.
It threw me off guard. I wasn't expecting to come across it yet. I was waiting for the New Testament.
Right. Yeah.
But it's right there.
Very strange.
Crazy. Before we get into what we're doing today, I do want to mention that we are in the midst of our Patreon drive where we're trying to get to a $400 per month level to take care of some of the needs that we have for our podcast right now. And we do have, I've got more shout outs to get to do after today, but we've got a new patron that I want to shout out today. Mm-hmm. And that is Kyla. Kyla M. Just signed up as a new patron. And they are, I didn't hear anything from them, but I'm hoping that they must like our podcast and we like you.
Thank you so much, Kyla. So sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I hope that we see you around town and the Patreons and the Discords and that you come say hi and hang out with us.
Definitely. Yeah. We couldn't do this without your help and everybody else's help that's on Patreon. You guys are absolutely incredible.
Phenomenal.
And the response that we're getting, while we still need more, has been absolutely out of this world. So I thank you all for chipping in what you're able to do. And if you are still out there thinking, hey, I might help them, we could still use your help. Even
$1 a month goes far.
It
honestly.
does. Yeah. When you add it all up, like it's a collective effort, know? And we really do appreciate you guys more than you could possibly imagine. So thank you, Kyla. It was amazing. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Kyla.
That being said, we just got done reading Ezekiel chapter 17.
18.
No, 18. Jesus. I'm sorry. It's 18.
Yes.
Which means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel chapter 19.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, here we are hopping into Ezekiel chapter 19.
Or as I like to call it, Ezekiel chapter 19.
Big E, here we go.
All right.
I believe we're going to be reading a lamentation.
What's up with this? We're doing proverbs and
parables.
Psalms and parables and lamentations, and there's a lot of weird crap going on in this chapter.
It's so Old Testament.
Right?
With a New Testament font.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like this is all like Ezekiel is definitely one of the weirder books we've read thus far.
Because it's like what everybody accused Nickelback of being, like all over the page, couldn't pick a style and just stick to it.
Right.
Like when I woke up one day and everybody hated Nickelback, I was like, why? What happened? And everybody was like, no, we've always hated them because they can't pick a style. They just, one song has nothing to do with the next and they can't pick a style. And I was like, but that's cool. And I didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
And I still like Nickelback, so fuck off. But anyway, Ezekiel's just like, I don't know what I'm writing, so I'm going to just throw everything at you and hope some spaghetti sticks to the wall.
Right.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Take up a lament concerning the princes of Israel and say...
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
We got some parable shit coming up.
Great. Okay? Yeah, I can't wait.
What a lioness was your mother among the lions. She lay down among them and reared her cubs. I have some notes.
Okay.
She brought up one of her cubs and he became a strong lion. He learned to tear the prey and he became a man-eater. The nations heard about him and he was trapped in their pit. They led him with hooks to the land of Egypt.
All I can think of is that last sentence you read just completely went through my brain without processing, because the only thing that was going through my brain was, oh, here she comes.
Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes.
She's a man-eater.
She's a man-eater. Yeah. When she saw her hope unfulfilled, her expectation gone, because, they took him away to Egypt.
Right.
She took another of her cubs and made him a strong lion.
Okay.
He prowled among the lions, for he was now a strong lion. He learned to tear the prey, and he became a man-eater.
That's
Look out, boys.
Okay, yeah.
She'll chew you up.
Yeah.
He broke down their strongholds and devastated their towns. The land and all who were in it were terrified by his roaring.
Are we talking about, this is Israel we're talking about, right? Or Judah or something?
So why don't
what is happening
stop here? And why don't I just read some notes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So although the prophet realized that God's judgment on the sinful people of Judah was fitting, he felt sorry for those Judean kings who fell victim to foreign invaders. Okay. Judah, he's comparing Judah to be like a mother lion whose young lions became kings to rule over nations. Okay.
Yeah.
However, when Egypt in 609 BCE gained control of the region, Jehoahaz, who succeeded his father Josiah as king of Jerusalem for 3 months.
Sure.
Okay, and remember, we like Josiah. He was the good boy.
Okay.
Right. He tried to do away with all the idols and the high places.
Right. Yeah.
But then he was replaced by Jehoahaz, his son. was deposed by Pharaoh Necho II of Egypt.
Right.
He was captured, bound, and taken to Egypt, where he later died. So that was the first lion that they were referring to.
Okay.
Okay. The next quote-unquote lion had all the fierce and aggressive characteristics of Judah's next king, Joachim.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So then in verse 5, where it says, when she saw her hope unfulfilled, her expectation gone, she took another of her cubs and made him a strong lion, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what's all these lions? What? But here's the thing. 2 of the last 4 kings of Judah, Jehoahaz and Zedekiah, were born of the same mother, Hamutal, and the same father, King Josiah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
I didn't really realize that somehow.
Right. No, I didn't either.
They were like full blood brothers.
Right.
So that's what it means. Like, basically, not just Israel, but the mother saw one of her sons get made king and then fucked up. And then so she put the next one on the throne.
Got it.
As the next lion.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And Joachim died not in a foreign country, but in Jerusalem. His son and successor, Joachim, was captured and taken prisoner to Babylon. And although Joachim reigned only 3 months, he showed he had the same evil characteristics as his father.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in verse 9, where it says, with hooks, they pulled him into a cage and brought him to the king of Babylon. They put him in prison so his roar was heard no longer on the mountains of Israel.
Okay.
Okay. That's the fate of Zedekiah, the last king of Judah, who was appointed as a king in Jerusalem in 597 BCE by Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon to replace Joachim, but who later rebelled and was captured and brought before Nebuchadnezzar in Riblah, where 1, his family was killed, like his sons were killed before.
Yeah.
And 2, he was made blind. And then 3, he was taken as prisoner to Babylon until his death.
Got it.
Okay, so this is all just talking about those fucking kings.
Well, I mean that's all well and good, I guess, but like I feel like there's not a lot of love lost between the kings and God in previous versions of what they did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, some of them did some good things according to God, but they all did bad things also. That pretty much, except for maybe like Josiah.
Josiah was good, I think, all the way till he...
But like the rest of them, there were some issues, right?
Yeah.
Like they weren't perfect. So like, what is this pining over lost kings? I don't understand it.
It's not like pining over the kings themselves. It's pining over Judah having lost their kings, having lost their way and thus lost their kings.
Okay.
And it's more about a leaderless people. And watching, like, we keep having these kings go up and either, be killed or do evil in the sight of the Lord. And, our kings can't get their shit together. And this just sucks.
So it's almost like God's acknowledging that Israel had bad leadership.
Mm-hmm. But let us never forget, though, that in Judges, they chose to have their own kings.
Yeah.
That's what the whole Kings and Chronicles was about.
Sure.
So God's like, yeah, but you guys did this to your fucking selves. So he's like, you have bad leaders because your leaders are human. And look, this sounds like I am like a Bible scholar, like explaining the Bible to you. And like, I understand it because I believe it. And that is exactly not the case.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying. I don't know how I feel about that because I also know that God has talked about in the Bible, that he is able to change people's hearts. He's able to make things happen. He's all knowing, knows everything's going to happen.
Not in this chapter.
Whatever. I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. But he doesn't do those things. Like, instead, he lets things happen to the point where he has to kill off most of his people.
Right.
And including, like, he was talking about killing children, like, I mean, like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
No, totally. But this is mostly, what's his name? Ezekiel talking.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, that makes a little better sense, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's like talking about, the kings having not been the wisest choice and not done what they were supposed to do and leaving the people a mess.
Okay.
So, whatever.
Sure.
Okay, so then the nations came against him, that second lion, those from regions round about. They spread their net for him, and he was trapped in their pit. With hooks, they pulled him into a cage and brought him to the king of Babylon. They put him in prison, so his roar was heard no longer on the mountains of Israel. Okay. So my notes got a little bit ahead of me, but that
it still sheds light on it. Yeah, okay? Right.
So now we're caught up to the notes that I had. Okay. So now we're going on. Your mother was like a vine in your vineyard planted by the water. So, I mean, we're going back to the comparison to vines and shrubs and branches and shit.
Right.
It was fruitful and full of branches because of abundant water. Its branches were strong, fit for a ruler's scepter. It towered high above the thick foliage, conspicuous for its height and for its many branches. But it was uprooted in fury and thrown to the ground. The east wind made it shrivel. So that would be, invaders from the east.
Yeah.
It was stripped of its fruit. Its strong branches withered and consumed them. Now it is planted in the desert in a dry, thirsty land. Fire spread from one of its main branches and consumed its fruit. No strong branches left on it fit for a ruler's scepter. This is a lament and is to be used as a lament. The end.
But make sure you use this as a lament.
You better use this as a motherfucking lament.
If you don't use it as a lament, it wouldn't be a lament. So that would be tragic, I think.
This is not a fucking knock-knock joke over here, guys. Don't do it. Okay?
Yeah.
This is not what the party clown is going to recite to the kid's birthday.
Right.
Okay?
Right, yeah.
Don't do it.
Right.
Okay? This is not a graduation speech.
No.
This is not a doctorate dissertation.
No.
Okay? Yeah. This is not a State of the Union address by the president.
Right, right.
Okay? I'm telling you all the things it's not. It's not a driver's license.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay? So these are all the things it's not.
But it is definitely a lament.
It's a fucking lament, y'all.
So, use it as a lament.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So just to finish up where we were, Judah is pictured also as a strong, healthy vine and her kings as fruitful branches of that vine.
Okay.
Okay. And the vine then withers and is taken along with its last rightful king. And that would have been Joaquin. Not its last king, its last rightful king.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I know, because we were both like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was Zedekiah, right?
Yeah. Into the dry and thirsty land of Babylon. And then back in Jerusalem, the king appointed by Babylon proved to be a fire who destroyed the little that remained of the vine. That's Zedekiah.
Okay.
Though through Zedekiah, both the nation and the Davidic line of kings came to an end. And I still say a little bit of justice for Zedekiah. He was in a no-win situation. There was no way as a puppet king trying to make more than one party happy and stave off invasions from all sides.
Right. And
he was never going to make a good leader.
No, and I think he did attempt, based on our reading of the Bible, he did attempt a couple of times to kind of take the Israeli side of the conflict between Babylon and Israel.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out so well for him, no matter what he did.
Right.
People either didn't like him for taking Babylon's side, or Babylon fought against him for taking, Judah's side. So,
right, exactly. And I mean, let's not forget this whole time, the kings just before him had been either placed on the throne or been killed by Egypt. So the same time that he's dealing with fucking Babylon and he's got Jeremiah, this goddamn double agent running around fucking shit up.
Yeah.
He's also legit still dealing with Egypt.
Right.
Yeah. Like, let's not pretend that it was only Babylon.
Right. That's true.
So, are you guys going to help us? Are you guys our friends? Yes. Oh, but no. Oh, yeah. Oh, but no, though.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just feel like he's got a bum rap here.
I mean, yeah, like you said, it was not easy. It couldn't have been easy. So.
There was nothing he could have done.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's shitty to say, like, Zedekiah fucked that up. Did he? Or was it just a shitty situation?
Right.
Like, he walked into a fucking wreck.
It was definitely a shitty situation. Yeah. For sure.
And also, since he was placed there by Babylon, I think it's really shitty to be like, oh my God, he was totally doing what Babylon wanted. Like, yeah, no kidding. Babylon put him there. What was he supposed to do? It's fucking Judah against goddamn Babylon with the Chaldeans and all the other Assyrians and shit.
Right.
You know, fuck off. I'm sorry. I just have a lot of sympathy for him.
Yeah. No, I got it. Yeah.
So, okay, we're done with that, though.
Awesome. All right. Well, so that was Ezekiel chapter 19.
Yes, it sure as fuck was.
And don't forget to use it as a lament. It's going to be a lament, guys.
I just lamented but was angry. I don't know. You know, decide for yourself if anger can be in a lament.
I sure. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, did I do it wrong? I don't know. You decide.
But we'll let them,
That's what I'm saying. Y'all let us know.
All right. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. That was Ezekiel chapter 19. Mm-hmm. And we will be back tomorrow with...
Well, I have a question for you.
Tomorrow is Saturday.
Yeah. So Are we going to go ahead and do Ezekiel chapter 20? Or are we going to do a Q&A over 4 chapters? Or are we going to do both? Are we going to do the Q&A on Sunday instead of Saturday? Because it's a book club?
I honestly don't know. Okay. So we'll have to discuss that. But I think maybe we only did 4 chapters, like you said. Mm-hmm. So maybe what we could do, and we did, we kind of covered this chapter that we just did today. Mm-hmm. So that only really leaves us with like 3 chapters to cover. Mm-hmm. So what if we did like the, Ezekiel chapter 20 with like a little bit more of a Q&A at the end of it or something?
Okay.
That might make some sense, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, the Sunday is normally a book club. Because we did a Patreon last weekend, so I don't mind if we need to skip out on the book club this week.
That might make... We'll talk about it.
This is how we plan.
Yeah, we're planning right now here on the air, because that's the smart way to do it. So.
You are hearing us figure out what the fuck our lives are. I'm sure you guys
love this bit where we plan what we're doing the next day and at the end of the week, because we're like... We literally don't know when we're sitting here planning it while we're wasting your drive to work.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're doing, your exercise routine or... your morning cup of coffee. You're sitting here listening to us plan our fucking podcast.
No, what you're listening to is us admitting that we do not have our shit together and we know not what we do.
Right, yeah.
Forgive us.
So regardless, we will be back tomorrow with something.
Right, that is correct. So, that is a fact.
Yeah, so that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
With something. Bye! Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel chapter 19.
We sure as fuck did.
And it was a lament.
It was.
And we're gonna make sure we tell people that it's a lament, because it's a lament.
The last line was, make sure you know that this is a lament and use it as a lament.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do when there's a lamentation.
Right. And there was lions in it.
Lamenting lions. Lions who lament.
Yes. And I think they also covered vines again or something too. There was vines in there. So vines, lions, and it was a lament.
Lions and vines and laments. Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it was,
It is what it was.
Yeah. So that was Ezekiel chapter 19.
Yes.
And obviously we've decided to do our regular run today. We're going to do an episode. But before we get into saying which episode we're doing, which I'm sure you've all guessed by now which one it is we're doing.
It's the next one.
But it's the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we've got a special shout out to do today.
Ooh.
And no one really knows that we're doing this. So, this is just going to be a surprise. And hopefully those who listen regularly, which I think a lot of these people do, will get to hear this. So as many of you know, we're in the midst of a drive on Patreon to reach a $400 per month level. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to take a minute to shout out some of our all-time top contributors.
Oh, okay.
These folks have really, they're making this easier for you all to have a wonderful podcast that is here and doing the things that we're doing. So
you should give them a big applaud.
Yeah, so everybody that I'm going to list off here over the lifetime of their membership has given over $150 to our podcast.
Holy moly.
Yes. So number 1 on the list is Natalie.
Aw, thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Natalie. Natalie, also we know her as Witch of Endor.
Which is so appropriate.
So great when she decided to change her name to that. It was like, that was fantastic because we had just covered Witch of Endor and it was so great. So that was awesome. The next person on the list is Lindsay D.
Lindsay, thank you.
Yep. And Lindsay, I remember she reached out to me on Twitter and she was doing a side-by-side Bible study with another like Christian Bible study. And she really appreciated what we were doing. So I really appreciate what you've done for us. So thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Next on the list is Conrad D.
Conrad, special place in my heart.
Conrad actually came down to visit us at a live event that we had.
He drove from Michigan to Ohio.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And we still have a picture of Conrad right by our podcasting area. Yeah.
Yes, so, thank you, Conrad.
Thank you, Conrad. Next on our list is Dion.
Dion!
We love Dion.
We don't see enough of Dion.
No, Dion, he was popping up on Discord quite a bit. We haven't seen him around quite as much. So we'd love to see you around more, Dion.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. It's been fantastic.
Yes.
And by the way, I'm listing these from lowest amount to highest amount. So our number one contributor, coming in at $375 so
Holy
far
shit.
to date, is Douglas T.
Douglas, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Douglas is on Facebook mostly, so I see them on there. They've also popped on the Discord, so we've had quite a few conversations over time. And
I have not exchanged
commentary. I told you
Douglas.
Need to get on Discord more. So
I do, and I apologize. I will do that.
Right.
I feel like I owe you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So those are our top contributors all time. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys profusely for what you have done for our podcast.
Thank you so much. From the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So
unbelievable.
Yeah. That being said, we just got done yesterday reading Ezekiel chapter 19. And today we're going to be getting into
Ezekiel chapter 20.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Ezekiel, or as I like to call him, Ezekiel, chapter 20.
That is correct.
And we're going to start off with a date. Hang with me. I will give you what that date is.
Okay. All right.
In the 7th year, in the 5th month, on the 10th day, some of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Lord, and those fuckers sat down in front of me.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, Ezekiel.
It seems like they do this a lot.
They do. Let's see. That date is scroll. It is somewhere in July or August of 591 BCE.
Okay. All right. Yep.
So
like 6 years after the second round of exiles.
I could not tell you because I don't retain dates.
597 was the first exile, or the second exile.
Okay. I will take your word for it.
Yep.
Then the word of the Lord came to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So while these fuckers are like, what is God
But is he going to float off to Jerusalem this time, or is he going to stay put?
God's going to go off.
Oh.
According to the notes that I
see.
I read.
That should be fun.
Son of man.
Yeah, mere human.
You worm. Speak to the elders of Israel and say to them fuckers, this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Okay.
Have you come to inquire of me? As surely as I live, I will not let you inquire of me, declares the sovereign Lord.
Okay. Why?
Will you judge them? Will you judge them, son of man? You mere human.
Will you judge them, son of man?
You fucking worm.
Okay.
Then confront them with the detestable practices of their ancestors and say to them, he's like, can you even believe of the nerve of these motherfuckers right here?
Yeah.
Coming and asking me stupid questions.
Right. Because y'all are, you aren't going to confront, like he's talking to them because they're other prophet-y type people, I guess.
Right.
Or something.
They're just the elders.
And he's like, you won't even confront the people that have fucked up so much over the, all the time. They're fucking up all the time.
Yeah. He's like, are you talking to me? Really? For real? Are you sure?
Right.
Why? So he's going to tell Ezekiel, tell them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. On the day I chose, he's about to give a laundry list.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
On the day I chose Israel. So this is like, forever ago.
Yeah.
I swore with uplifted hand to the descendants of Jacob and revealed myself to them in Egypt. With uplifted hand, I said to them, I'm the Lord your God. Hey, what's up? On that day, I swore to them that I would bring them out of Egypt into a land I had searched out for them, a land flowing with milk and honey, the most beautiful of all lands.
Except for that we know now that probably never happened.
Well, and if you're God, why did you have to search?
Right.
Did you have to invent a GPS for yourself?
From what I've gathered, though, on a GPS, walking distance to the Promised Land from Egypt was like a 5 or 6 day trip.
Right, not 40 years.
Not 40 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like
you're wrong and you're lying.
Right.
And you're bad and you wrote shit down that
you're just trying to come up this is just a story about a quote unquote epic journey, and you guys knew about 500 square miles of land, so you're like, how do we make this into 40 years?
Yeah, exactly.
So apparently you just wandered around back and forth and
except they didn't. Whatever.
No, right, yeah.
And I said to them, I said, each of you get rid of the vile images you have set your eyes on, and do not defile yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I'm the Lord your God. But you know what those fuckers did?
They defiled themselves with the idols.
Yeah. They rebelled against me and would not listen to me. They did not get rid of the vile images they had set their eyes on, nor did they forsake the idols of Egypt. I mean, can you even?
Right? The idols of Egypt were pretty cool.
I can't believe those guys did not give those up, though. I mean, OMG.
Listen, I mean, I've seen some of the shit, like the art of old gods that comes out of Egypt, and I'm like, that shit's pretty cool.
I would have probably had some, you know what? If I had more money, I would order me some of those idols of Egypt.
Yeah, they definitely, like, when it comes down to cool factor, Egypt's got it.
They do.
They've got
their idols rock the house.
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I said, me, God, I would pour out my wrath on them and spend my anger against them in Egypt. But for the sake of my name, I brought them out of Egypt.
I was going to kill them then, but But
remember, Moses pointed out, that'll make you look real bad.
Yeah.
And so, I decided, all right, I'll chillax.
But I mean, he did kill a bunch of them at the mountain there when Moses went up and then came back down and they were making golden idols or whatever.
Yeah.
He killed 3,000 people there.
Yeah.
So
I did
right after he got done telling them not to murder.
Yeah. It's fine when God does it.
Right. Well, yeah, he didn't even do it though. He had them do it.
Yeah.
So he literally had the people he told just then not to murder. He had them murder.
Don't murder, except for those guys over there.
Right.
The ones with the gold in their hands.
Yeah.
I did it to keep my name from being profaned in the eyes of the nations among whom they lived, and in whose sight I had revealed myself to the Israelites. He's like, I didn't want Egypt to look at me like I was bad.
Well, at least that message is consistent.
Yeah.
Because that is the same message they said back then.
It is, but it's like, you're God. Why the fuck you worrying what these Egyptians think of you?
Your God is worried about his fucking, he's vain.
Wait.
He's worried about his image.
These big-dicked Egyptians, sorry. Damn, I wish I'd said it right the first time.
Yeah, no, I know.
Therefore, I, the vainglorious asshole that I am, led them out of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. The wilderness.
Yep.
I gave them my decrees and made known to them my laws, by which the person who obeys them will live. Mm-hmm. If you don't obey them, I guess what? You die? Sometimes.
Well, yeah, back then, he was definitely killing people that didn't obey him.
Sure.
There was a lot more just instant death
willy-nilly
for breaking laws. Yeah.
It's a drive-by smiting. Also, I gave them my Sabbaths as a sign between us, so they would know that I, the Lord, made them holy. That's why you get a day off.
Okay.
Because God is holy.
You can know that God is holy?
Yeah. So you can spend the whole day not washing laundry, not cooking dinner. You spend the whole day fearing the Lord.
Yeah.
Get on your knees the whole day.
Yeah.
Suck this dick. All day. Yet, the people of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. Can you even believe that shit?
I mean, I can actually, yeah.
I mean, they sometimes were some whiny fucks, but...
This has been a consistent theme throughout the Old Testament. They constantly are rebelling, which I don't even argue with them on. I'm like, yeah, dude hasn't really presented himself.
But honestly, and then God fucking pummeled them with birds. That was not cool.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Smooth move, God. They did not follow my decrees, but rejected my laws, by which the person who obeys them will live. You know, those laws that I just said?
The one, yeah.
And they utterly desecrated my Sabbaths. Those bitches.
Yeah, they picked up sticks one time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
bad.
Aaron's kids or something.
No, that was just some random dude that died.
Oh,
yeah.
well.
No, Aaron's kids they lit the wrong incense.
Oh, yeah. I always forget that.
Yeah.
So I said I would pour out my wrath on them and destroy them in the wilderness.
Uh-huh.
But again, for the sake of my name, I did what would keep it from being profaned in the eyes of the nations in whose sight I had brought them out.
I don't have a lot of respect for a God that is worried about his image.
Me neither.
Like, if that's what you're all about image, man. Like, you care what people think of you, and if they don't think the right things, then you kill them. But you're also worried about what other people think of you who aren't your people.
Right.
And because of that, you don't kill people.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to killing people at some level.
Will I or won't I kill people? And who is the one doing the thinking about me?
Right, yeah. And whoever you want to impress that day apparently determines who you're going to kill.
Right.
So
uncool.
Right?
Also, FYI, with uplifted hand, I swore to them in the wilderness that I would not bring them into the land I had given them, a land flowing with milk and honey, the most beautiful of all lands.
Mm-hmm.
Because they rejected my laws and did not follow my decrees and desecrated my motherfucking Sabbaths.
Which is why they had to wander around for 40 years. Yeah.
For their hearts were devoted to their idols, the ones they carried in their pockets or whatever.
I mean, he says that, but what was the killing of the 3,000 people when Moses came down from the mountain? You know, that was supposedly ridding them of the unholy, idol worshiping people. We've rid these people. We've been rid of these people so many times. I've lost track.
It's almost like you can't kill an idea.
Right.
I recently just heard that in a show and throughout literature forever.
Well, yeah. And moreover, though, we don't, this is the God is more about fear. This is more about, they don't actually respect or worship God so much as they fear the repercussions of what happens when God is angry. Right?
Yeah.
Which is also the same fear that they have of the other gods that they worship as well.
Mm-hmm.
They just serve different purposes in their lives.
Right.
And so there's nothing special about Yahweh to these people because they obviously never chose him to be the single one monotheistic God for, thousands of years.
Right. Right.
So it's an ongoing problem because he can't solidify his base.
He can't solidify his base, and he's also always off message.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's like a Trump that can fly.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yet I looked on them with pity and did not destroy them or put an end to them in the wilderness. I mean, pretty much because if I killed them, then who was going to pray to me or whatever.
Yeah.
I said to their children in the wilderness, do not follow the statutes of your parents or keep their laws or defile yourselves with their idols. Except that I told the children, don't obey your parents, but you're supposed to obey your parents as one of the fucking commandments.
Yeah.
That's always gray area. When's it okay?
Right. Yeah.
I am the Lord your God. Follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. Keep my Sabbaths holy, that they may be a sign between us. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God. That's how you'll know.
Okay.
That's how you know he loves you. But the children, those fuckers, rebelled against me. They did not follow my decrees. They were not careful to keep my laws, of which I said, the person who obeys them will live by them. And they desecrated my fucking Sabbaths. They're always desecrating your fucking Sabbaths.
Yeah.
So I said I would pour out my wrath on them and spend my anger against them in the wilderness.
Yes.
But I withheld my hand, and for the sake of my name, I did what would keep it from being profaned in the eyes of the nation in whose sight I had brought them out.
Okay.
So he keeps worrying about...
He's worried about his image and other people's views. Okay.
He's like, I'm always scared the Egyptians are going to think that I'm shitty and mean.
Right.
And I don't want them to think that.
Or moreover, that he can't control his own people.
Right.
You know?
Like, ugh, some god.
Right.
You can't control your people, and you're so mean and evil that you killed them all.
Right.
Wow. You suck.
What would have happened if God would have killed all of his people?
I wonder about that, right? Like, he would have died out, I guess.
Yeah. So, like, he wouldn't be... There would be no people for him to have, right? So, just that God, Yahweh, would just not exist.
Right.
Because...
What? Would he have to choose a new one or something?
Right. Yeah, like, it's just not... It's not gonna happen without him having some people.
Right.
So...
I mean, that's really why you didn't kill him.
Right.
You needed somebody to yell at.
Because there was plenty of gods before the Israelites, right?
Yep.
So,
I mean, that's what they're in trouble for.
He didn't exist then.
Right.
And he only existed since then. So something happened, and then he was written into existence by man, and now, you know...
And he refuses to go away.
Right.
OMG. Also, with uplifted hand, I swore to them in the wilderness that I would disperse them among the nations and scatter, smother, cover them with the countries.
Yeah.
Okay, just scatter them.
Right, yeah.
Because they had not obeyed my laws, but had rejected my decrees and desecrated my Sabbaths, and their eyes lusted after their parents' idols. Ugh.
Okay.
So I gave them other statutes that were not good, and laws which they could not live. I defiled them through their gifts, the sacrifice of every firstborn, that I might fill them with horror, so they would know that I am the Lord.
Wait, okay.
He's saying...
He gave them idols?
Apparently. I think what that means is that he allowed them to go about their business and be gross.
Okay.
And he's like, fine, fuck yourselves. I don't care.
Got it.
And so he's twisting like what they were already doing into...
He allowed it to happen. Okay.
And it's like, no, they were already... You just got through complaining about how they were already.
Yeah.
You don't get to take credit for that after.
Well, I mean, you know, they're writing him as a god who knows everything, so they have to kind of make him seem like he's in charge, even though he's not, so...
So, okay, but still, he's like, fine, be bad. You keep being bad all the time. You're always bad. You keep being bad. Fine, be bad. Just keep being bad. I'm letting you be bad. See how I let you be bad? And
right.
I'm like, you didn't let them. You were pissed about it. They were already being bad.
Right.
Like, retroactive, but I let that happen.
Yeah.
Then why were you pissed?
Right.
Like, stop, you weirdo. Therefore, son of man...
You mere human.
You fucking worm. Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. In this also your ancestors blasphemed me by being unfaithful to me, those cheaters.
Okay.
When I brought them into the land I had sworn to give them, and they saw any high hill or any leafy tree, there they offered their sacrifices, made offerings that aroused my anger, presented their fragrant incense, and poured out their drink offerings. Now, in other translations, it's not just offered their sacrifices, it's offered their children as sacrifices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So they were doing the local... child sacrifice thing, which again I'm very not okay with.
Right.
Regardless of your fucking religion, you dum-dums.
Yeah.
Don't eat the babies.
Right.
Then I said to them, what's this high place you go to? It is called Bama to this day. And I have a thing about that.
But before you get into the thing about that, I do have to say this real quick too.
Yeah.
Child sacrifice is not like just worshiping an idol. You're sacrificing a fucking child.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you are sacrificing a child, and again, we don't condone it in any way whatsoever.
Right.
It is not a good thing. But you have to believe pretty strongly in what you're doing.
That is a God you fear.
Right?
You are fearing the fuck out of that God.
Yeah.
If you are sacrificing your child to that God.
Yeah. So I mean, all I'm getting at is that these people obviously didn't have as much fear of God as they did of some other gods, or at least if they did have as much fear, it was definitely equal fear and not like one is better or bigger than the other, you know?
Right.
So that's a large step to take for something that you just kind of idly worship.
Yeah.
And this was strong beliefs.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just like willy-nilly kill babies.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Ugh. So Bama.
Yeah, Bama.
He's like, it's called Bama to this day, those high places.
Yeah.
Bama means high place.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Those high places, to this day, they're called high places.
Right.
Are they? Okay.
Because they're still high.
Them high places, they are so high. They are the highest of all the high places.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, say to the Israelite, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Will you defile yourselves the way your ancestors did and lust after their vile images? Ugh.
I think the answer is yes. Yes, they will.
Yes, they will. When you offer your gifts, the sacrifice of your children in the fire, you continue to defile yourselves with all your idols to this day.
To this day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Am I to let you inquire of me, you Israelites? He's like, you guys killed kids and prayed to these other statues and fucked around on Sundays. And you think you're coming to ask me a question? Are you serious right now?
Well, I mean, I suppose they wouldn't really have to ask. Let's be honest here. They're asking Ezekiel. Like, they wouldn't have to ask Ezekiel a question if you just fucking talk to them.
Exactly.
And probably these people wouldn't be doing this shit if you just fucking talk to them.
Right, exactly.
But he's not.
So they are.
So they are, right.
Yeah. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I will not let you inquire of me. What, are you going to sew their mouths shut, like Beetlejuice style?
Right.
Like, no, they are inquiring of you.
And can you imagine sitting there while some dude is just telling you, you will not do this to, like, he's literally reiterating
what talk to the hand. This God wants nothing to do with you. And like, he's like snapping his fingers and like wigging his head back and forth. Like, did you even?
Right. And I'd be like, dude, who the fuck do you think you are?
Right. You better get your fucking pointy finger out of my goddamn face before I bite it off. You say, we want to be like the nations, like the peoples of the world who serve wood and stone. But what you have in mind will never fucking happen.
No.
Except it has and it does.
Yeah.
It has and it did and it does.
Right. I bet there was a lot of people. There was it said 1 million Jewish folks that lived in Israel at the end of the Egypt. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
At the end of the Babylonian exile or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I bet some of those people stayed Egyptian. Mm-hmm. You know, like fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit.
I'm staying here.
Yep. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I will reign over you with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm and with outpoured wrath.
Okay.
I'm going to hate you.
Right.
Me hate you long time. I will bring you from the nations and gather you from the countries where you have been scattered with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm and with outpoured wrath. I will bring you into the wilderness of the nations, and there, face to face, I will execute judgment upon you.
Oh.
I'm like, face to face, huh?
Well,
I fucking dare you. Do it.
He hasn't done the face-to-face thing yet.
Right.
But he's going to wait until he's punishing them to do the face-to-face, apparently. At least according to that.
That's to come.
Right.
He's saying I'll do this someday.
Okay.
Someday I'm going to see you face to face and I'm going to kick the shit out of you.
But hypothetically, right, we're talking about the Babylonian exile, right? The last step of the Babylonian exile.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this prophecy is hypothetically pointing toward,
he's
right?
saying I'm going to scatter you, but then he's also saying, but one of these days I'm going to scoop y'all up.
Right, yeah.
And I'm going to see you face to face.
But even the saying that he's going to see him face to face is not true either. He's using Babylon as a tool.
Yeah.
And so he's sending another army after his people. There is no face to face. It's a fucking war.
Right. As I judged your ancestors in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so I will judge you, declares the sovereign Lord. I will take note of you as you pass under my rod. Yeah, I will. And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. So they're going to touch each other's balls and make promises.
Right, yeah.
That's what God really wants.
After they pass under his rod.
They're going to pass under his rod, and he's going to be like, while you're down there, touch my balls, touch my balls. Fear the Lord, touch my balls. I will purge you of those who revolt and rebel against me. Will you, though? I feel like you won't.
I feel like you
don't
won't either, yeah. Right.
And you haven't.
Right.
And supposedly you could.
But you won't.
Right. Although I will bring them out of the land where they are living, yet they will not enter the land of Israel. Then you will know that I am the Lord.
Okay. Okay.
As for you, people of Israel, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Go and serve your idols, every one of you. But afterward, you will surely listen to me and no longer profane my holy name with your gifts and idols. From my holy mountain, the high mountain of Israel, declares the sovereign Lord, there in the land of all the people of Israel will serve me, and there I will accept them.
So go worship your shit, but then you'll stop, and then you're going to worship him on the holy high mountain.
But just the one.
Just the one.
Not the other
high places.
Not the Bamas, just the Bama.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
There I will require your offerings and your choice gifts along with all your holy sacrifices, but not your kids.
Right.
Except that one time that I wanted, what's his name, Jacob maybe, to sacrifice Israel, but then I decided, or Isaac.
Right.
But then I was like, just kidding. You don't have to kill him.
It was Abraham.
That's what I said.
No, it wasn't.
I know.
Yeah.
I will accept you as fragrant incense when I bring you out from the nations and gather you from the countries where you've been scattered, and I will be proved holy through you in the sight of the nations. So he's like, oh, then everybody will think I'm awesome in all those other places that I shouldn't give a shit about.
Right.
Because they're not my people, but obviously I do. I can't wait till those other places that aren't my people.
Because it's all about image.
Worship me. Yeah.
You aren't anything if your enemies don't think well of you.
Yeah, I guess. Then you will know that I am the Lord. When I bring you into the land of Israel, the land I had sworn with uplifted hand to give to your ancestors, there you will remember your conduct and all the actions by which you have defiled yourselves, and you will loathe yourselves for all the evil you have done.
Okay.
You will know that I am the motherfucking Lord when I deal with you for my name's sake and not according to your evil ways and your corrupt practices, you people of Israel, declares the sovereign Lord. That's pretty great stuff, right?
That's pretty great.
All right, so now we have another 5 verses that, according to everything that I've read, should actually belong to the next chapter.
Okay.
Because that's what it has to do with. So that is kind of like the end.
Got it.
Except that then we're like...
now we're moving into something else, but not
but it's still
relevant
to
what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So anyways, ... later...
Yeah.
The word of the Lord came to me. And I'm
again,
like, did it?
Right,
did it?
Mm-hmm.
Son of man...
You mere human.
You fucking worm.
Yeah.
Set your face toward the south. Preach against the south and prophecy against the forest of the southland. Say to the southern forest, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I'm about to set fire to you. Whee!
Oh.
And it will consume all your trees, both green and dry. The blazing flame will not be quenched, and every fucking face from south to north will be scorched by it.
What is this south shit?
I don't know, but I'm gonna kill all of you because killing is awesome.
But like,
because
is south like the Edomites and the like the people that were like across the Jordan River? Is that who the South is referencing? I'm not sure. Okay, but it's some other conquering people. Tribes or whatever. Well, but it sounds like he's prophesying against Jerusalem here, like, or against the Israelites. Yeah. Not like this doesn't sound like he's talking about foreign lands. It feels like he's talking about Israelites. Yeah, and he's saying people from the south are going to come get you. That's not what it sounded like to me. Oh, wait, hold on. Set your face toward the south, preach against the south, and prophecy against the forest of the southland. Right. So it sounds like he's saying, because he said the forest is going to catch on fire and blah, 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 you know. Oh, because Israel is south of all of the, like, Babylon and
all
right,
that.
but it's just the first time I've heard him reference it as the South. Like
You're
that's
the South.
a weird way to
You're
say it.
so South, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess the reason I ask is because it sounds like he maybe is talking about a different people. Like the people who were part of Israel originally. I see what
you're saying.
But now are no longer. I can't remember what all the different tribes were, but the
10
ones,
lost tribes of Israel or whatever.
But the ones that were specifically across the Jordan, right? Like they were south of the rest of Israel there.
Yeah, I don't know really, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So whatever, he's saying that I'm gonna burn your shit.
Okay.
Everyone will see that I, the Lord, have kindled it. That's the important part.
Okay. All right.
It will not be quenched. Then I, Ezekiel, said, Sovereign Lord, they are saying of me, isn't he just telling parables? The end.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Like the God Ezekiel, hey dude, he says he's gonna kill everybody.
Is he?
But isn't that just like it's kind of like a joke, right?
It's
kind of that's fake.
He's just a hyperbole,
right? Yeah, he's stretching the truth a bit, maybe
exaggeration.
Is that what's going on here?
Like overkill. Like he's just mad, right? Like
right, yeah.
Kind of like when I get mad and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Like I'm not really gonna kill you, right? Like I'm not actually gonna set fire to your house or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Because it probably continues on in the next chapter, right?
I would think that the answer to that question, is he joking?
Well, one of the questions I would like an answer to is the reference to the South.
Who is the South?
Yeah, because I am curious about that. So, that being said, that was Ezekiel chapter 20.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, no, I'm holding on.
I thought I might have hit it in some of my notes. So let me read this and see if this answers your question.
Okay, all right, okay? Yeah.
The last 5 verses ought to begin the next chapter as they are connected with the subject of that chapter, being a prophecy against Jerusalem, which lay to the south of Chaldea, where the prophet then was, and which here and elsewhere is represented under the emblem of a forest doomed to be destroyed by fire.
I see. So he's talking about the south from the vantage point of being in the north because he was already taken away to the north.
Yes.
Got it. So, that makes sense. But it was a weird reference.
It was a weird way of phrasing it that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. And you and I talked about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or if it was like just outside on our own. But we were talking about how the writing style seems to be all over the place with Ezekiel.
Yeah, we were outside talking about this. This was not on the podcast.
Right.
Yes, I cannot get a grip on who actually wrote this because it seems like a different person stepped in every chapter.
Right.
And it's weird.
It is really weird. And I don't like of the research that you did before we started this book, it seemed like everybody is like, yeah, Ezekiel kind of maybe sort of wrote it.
Right.
But there's not really any more like info that we had beyond that. It was just like, yeah, probably Ezekiel wrote it, but maybe not, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and I think it did say that there were a lot of editors that came along later and did redactions and additions.
But it feels pretty significant, the amount of differences in this book.
And like they didn't even try to stick with one style. That's the part that's weird.
Right.
Like, did you even try to sound like Ezekiel?
Yeah.
Like, I believe you that he wrote the first couple chapters with all his crazy wiggy dreams.
Right.
Like that. Okay. Yeah, he probably wrote that.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that material is what's missing from these chapters.
Right.
We don't need wheels with eyes in every chapter.
But the style of writing.
The voice, the tone.
With Jeremiah, right? Like until we got to the end of that book, there was a pretty consistent sound, pretty consistent style of writing that was happening at least in chunks of the book.
Him and his scribe, you could tell, Baruch,
yeah.
So you could tell that they tried really hard to just stay on target. You know?
That felt like one or two writers, right?
Yeah.
But I can't get a grasp on like what's going on from one chapter to the next in this one because it's completely different.
And it's not just that the tone is different, like the subject matter seems different. Like sometimes it's like, in the beginning he's like giving his dream of weirdness, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're like in fucking Deuteronomy, fire and brimstone, fuck everybody, kill them, die. And it's like, whoa, guy, where did this shit come from?
And then we're talking about fucking lions and vines.
Right. And then there's like an entire rewriting of the rules. Yeah. Like, oh, and by the way, we're not going to do the sins of the fathers thing,
right,
on the sons.
I was thinking about that actually. The entire concept of what he laid forth there almost negates the idea of having to have Jesus come down and die for people's sins. If you don't have to suffer for the sins of your father, like you just have to ask for forgiveness. Yeah, that's essentially the same thing that happens when Jesus comes. Yeah. So what's the point of killing his only son or whatever? Yeah. To do the same thing that Ezekiel said God said is already happening. Right. Like exactly. It negates the whole purpose of Jesus.
It really does.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's just insane. Yeah. So
that's a really good insight because you're absolutely 100% right. Like, I'm sorry, why Jesus again now?
Yeah. I mean, if we're taking this at its word, right? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So that really bothered me, and it was something that I kind of have been thinking about over the last couple of days.
It's almost like the more that we read about Judaism, the more unnecessary and stupid Christianity becomes. Right. Because Judaism, which is like the root of it, is kind of crazy enough and stupid enough on its own and has it already set up.
Well, yeah, and that's, I mean, what we're finding out by reading the Old Testament, and I'm so happy we're doing this. Same. Is that the New Testament, what I do know of it, many of the concepts are stolen directly from the Old Testament, from what I can tell. Yeah. And again, I haven't ever read the New Testament. I don't know anything specifically about it, but the tenets of what we're covering here seem to be the same things that are in the New Testament.
Well, that and something that has been kind of coming to my mind as we've been reading this, like Judaism is like, it feels from not the beginning of time, but like it took all of the early stories and like kind of tied them into one, right? Yeah. And so that feels super old and ancient, yes, right?
Yes, it does.
But then Christianity, because we know that, Jesus dies, the Romans and the Jews there kill him or what the fuck ever happens. Right. I don't know. It feels like it's such a newer religion, even though it's still hundreds of years ago. Right. It feels thousands, but still, it feels so new comparatively speaking. Right. Like to me, it's the same comparison on a geographic scale when we're talking about America versus Europe. Yeah. Like Europe is ancient. Right. So fucking old, right? Yeah. And then America's like, hi. And I'm like, you're a baby. You haven't even been here. You're still in diapers. You can't even get your, like, that's why I've always been disinterested somewhat in American history, because it's like, who even cares? It's so new. Right. Like, wait till you've been around a couple of, 1,000 years and then let's talk. Sure. But that comparison, like, it just feels like the more that we read about this ancient old religion and learn about it and learn how much Christianity stole from it or borrowed from it or took from it or evolved from, whatever the fuck words you want to use, the more worthless and silly Christianity seems, just on the basis of its lack of age and its lack of originality.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. So, do you have anything else for us today? Or?
That was it. Sorry, right. I had to ramble a little.
No, you're fine. I'm glad we kind of continued that conversation, actually. Yeah. So, that was Ezekiel chapter 20.
It sure as fuck was.
And this weekend is going to be a little different. We're not going to end up doing a book club or anything, because we last weekend kind of started this off on the mess up because it was Memorial Day weekend. Off. And we took Memorial Day off. So, we're going to be doing our Q&A tomorrow, which will be Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then we will be back on Monday with
Ezekiel chapter 21.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing right now, today, this very second?
Well, technically, it is still Saturday as we're recording this.
It's actually Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Time. No, Sunday. Sorry. That's right. We pushed it back because things. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's the day. It's the correct day that we were planning on doing it this week, but not normally.
Right.
And so
It's
we're
still the correct
we're still
day.
almost correct with regard to this week's podcast time frame, which means that today we're still doing
Q&A, not on Saturday, barely on Sunday too.
Yeah, that's the one. We're doing our Q&A. So what are we Q&A'ing today?
We're going to talk about salt on babies.
Salt on babies, huh?
I always put salt on my babies before I eat them. Salty babies are delicious.
I see. And this would be part of the Q&A for Ezekiel chapters 16 through 20, correct?
Correct. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
right.
what you were actually asking.
Yeah, that's
I always
right.
get that wrong.
You do. That's all right. That's what I'm here for, to correct you the whole time.
But not to eat the babies. Fuck off.
All right. Are you ready to get into this?
Oh, and how?
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right. So do you remember this verse in chapter 16 of Ezekiel?
Ezekiel, yeah.
On the day you were born, your cord was not cut, nor were you washed with water to make you clean, nor were you rubbed with salt or wrapped in cloths.
I do, I only remember it because I thought it was odd that they said that the baby was rubbed in salt.
Yeah, like we kind of mentioned it, but like, what the fuck? But then there was so much else that we just kept going.
I almost said something about the salt at that point, but I'm just like, well, it must have just been some sort of older ritual thing, whatever. I didn't really think too much of it at the time, I guess. So
right.
But you did mention that we were talking about salt today,
that's what we're referencing. This is when God or Ezekiel was comparing Israel to a baby that God just found, in an open field.
Right.
And he was like, and then I took you in and I fed you and clothed you and then you grew up to be a whore. So I was like, hang on, before we get to the whoring, can we talk about the salting?
Sure.
So I started with the apologists because that's what I always do.
Yeah.
And they're like, salting the child, the skin is rubbed with salt to make it firm and clean, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Cutting the cord, washing, rubbing down the baby with salt, and clothing the newborn were customary traditional acts lending legitimacy to the legal claim of parenthood over the baby.
And these are things that I would have assumed.
Yeah.
Like that sounds legit.
You just rub it with salt,
right,
clean it up.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know why you would, rub your kid in salt.
Well,
but hey,
we'll talk about it.
Who am I to judge practices of 2,000 years ago? That's maybe all they had to do something that needed to be done.
Yeah.
So,
it was more like 2,500 years ago. Whatever.
Long fucking time ago.
In the neglect and abandonment of the infant, the parent legally relinquished all rights and responsibilities for the child.
So wait, if you didn't rub your baby with salt, you lost your kid?
It wasn't just rubbing it with salt. It was and washing it and clothing it, and doing all the things you're supposed to do when your baby is born.
So what?
Like,
then they just then relinquishing claims to the kid means what? Like, does it go up for ritual sacrifice at that point? Does it?
Yes, sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes if a family had too many kids and couldn't afford it, they would relinquish their rights to it. They might either offer it up for sacrifice or they might leave it out in the woods. Or if it was born with a deformity, that means the devil got into it and they're like, fuck this child.
Got it.
So, yeah, they weren't like real...
So maybe sometimes people on purpose didn't perform the rites because they didn't want a deformed baby or something, I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of not cool.
So they would, either give it up and not do all the things and just leave it.
Okay.
Or they would sacrifice it or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So many societies today still practice traditional methods to protect babies from magic, witchcraft, or the evil eye. And one of those practices is rubbing the baby down with salt. Yeah. Some of these traditions bring psychological relief for the family, but unfortunately, some may delay the treatment of a disease or even cause harm to the child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you rub the baby too hard with salt, obviously, it can cause an abrasion.
Yeah.
Or if there skin conditions, you might be worsening them, or if there's like a rash, you might be spreading it.
Right.
Those kinds of things. Also, the kidneys are not fully developed enough because sometimes they would take the salt inside the baby's mouth to, make sure it has clean breath and to wash all evil spirit out, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and if the baby gets too much salt, their body can't process it, and so then they die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So one of the traditional practices performed still today in some parts of Europe and the Middle East is salting of babies. Along with the symbolic and life-giving nature of salt throughout history, salting has been part of traditional practices for millennia.
Okay.
So some of it is because salt has always been seen as this preserving thing.
Yeah.
It preserves meat, makes it last longer.
Right.
Kind of thing. So it was viewed as this magical property.
Well, I mean, society essentially was able to start staying in one place because they could store and preserve food. So,
Exactly.
I mean, this was a big fucking deal for society in general. Just like the salt alone is amazingly important to humanity.
Yes. And it was often used as some kind of part of sealing an agreement in various celebrations or like marriages. Like, for example, we had all of our family combine salt into one container.
We did. And I actually liked that. I mean, it was based on a religious, there was some religious connotation behind it, but not as much as, like we agreed.
Well, there was just as much religion as pagan.
Right.
We didn't do it because it was a Christian thing.
Right.
We did it because we just liked the idea behind it of combining our families, but we didn't want to do like the unity candle because that was too stereotypical and Christian.
Yeah. But it was a matter of with our ceremony, it was a matter of mixing the salt so that we could never separate out.
Yes.
You couldn't separate all the salt from the different groups or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were all one family and one group.
Exactly. And
I liked the symbology, symbolism of that. So.
Some of our family thought it was kind of silly, but I've still got the salt.
Yeah. I see it right now. I'm looking at it.
It's like one of the few pieces of sentimentality that we grant.
Right.
We're just very much like, whatever, we're married, I love you, you love me, the end, right?
I mean, to be fair, it's on a what would be considered an old DVD case sitting by the front door. So
yeah. Inside one of those treasure chests that you get from Michael's.
right.
That I think my brother-in-law painted silver or something. Yeah. So I mean, it's more goofy than anything, but it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So it's just fun. And
it does. I think the story and the symbolism more than anything means something to us. That's all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. So, Homer, not
From the
Homer,
Odyssey?
not Homer Simpson, but dude that wrote the Odyssey or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Or not that wrote it, but was the first to record it.
Sure. Okay.
He said that salt was a sacred substance, and Plato described it as a dear substance of the gods. So I mentioned those just to kind of bring home the fact that it's not just that we think that it's been highly revered throughout history. Right. It actually is recorded historically as being revered.
Right.
So salt thrown into the water is thought to increase its sacred properties. So also, even still today, a lot of times if people move into a new house, they'll be gifted salt to throw over the threshold, and that's supposed to grant them luck or something like that.
Right.
Luck or prosperity, or to block out evil spirits. Or, I mean, even in the show Supernatural, they would draw circles of salt to keep the ghosts out.
Yeah.
You know, it's just always been a thing.
And I know there's an old wives' tale or whatever, an old superstition where if you spill salt, you have to throw some over your shoulder or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's all about.
I wish I had thought to look that up. What is that about? But maybe we'll talk about that another time.
But there's a lot with regard to salt in our collective history of human beings.
Yes.
It's definitely present.
Because it is an abrasive too, it is good for cleaning. If you have like one of those skillets that you're not supposed to like toss in the
cast iron skillets.
Yeah, the cast iron skillets. You can actually wash it using salt.
Yeah, one it's suggested that you do that because like that actually preserves a lot of the, stuff that you want to keep on the cast iron skillet. So
right. So a lot of people in early times knew that it was a great cleaning agent. So they applied that to humans and to skin and particularly to babies who came out looking slimy and gross.
Sure.
So it helped them, clean the baby off real quick.
But you don't want to put salt on the wound.
Never put salt on the wound.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So salting is performed as part of rituals of redemption. In the Bible, scrubbing with salt was among the practices recorded immediately after the birth of a baby.
Okay.
Which kind of what I just said.
Yeah.
This practice is maintained today among some Jewish communities, as well as in Syria, Palestine, Jordan, Qatar, North Arabia, Western Iran, and Turkey. It is spread to some parts of the Balkans and Greece through the influence of the Turks. And I will mention that while I was researching this, the people who seemed to still ascribe to this were either Turkish or Mexican. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like your old wives' tales and stuff.
Yeah.
I read one story about like on Reddit where this mom was saying, "Am I the asshole for yelling at my mother-in-law?" Because we had told her we don't ascribe to such nonsense, but then the baby was having a sick tummy. And so one day when the old mom was babysitting, like the grandma was babysitting, she rubbed the baby's belly with salt and olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
And like the mom was like, it's not that what she did was harmful to the baby. I'm sure, was nothing, but it was the fact that she did it, even though we had explicitly said, don't do it. We don't want to rub our baby with salt. Thank you.
Sure.
So anyway, that's irrelevant. My point is that this was a Mexican family, and I saw lots of stories of Mexican old women doing these old wives' tales, as well as Turkish families that still ascribe to these. So I just thought it was interesting when you're kind of breaking down where these stories have gone.
Older cultures, it seems like, is where it kind of resides still, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
So
the old wives' tales are still alive and well.
Sure. Yeah.
Immediately after birth in these stories, the baby is salted to prevent a bad smell, to prevent sweating and rashes, and to ensure a nice, smooth, puffy body. Salting babies is also thought to bring abundance and blessings to the newborn, as well as to ward off arrogance. Don't be arrogant. So your mom should have washed you in salt.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
I liked that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you need to wash up with some salt.
Right, yeah.
You're a little arrogant sometimes.
I am.
But, I love you. Sprinkling the newborn with salt as a ritual signifies integrity, purity, and dedication. This is patterned after salted offerings made to God.
I didn't even know there were salted offerings made to God.
A lot of the peace offerings and the other, I forget, the
right.
sin
I mean, I remember those. I just don't
whatever.
remember them mentioning salt as part of that practice, I guess. So, man, I just probably am not remembering correctly, but
I don't specifically remember, but it goes along with the same thing.
Sure.
So, although there are cultural differences, salting may be performed on the 3rd, 4th, 7th, 20th, and 40th days after birth.
Okay.
So, sometimes you just do a one and done, but then in some cultures, or even from family to family in the same culture, it might differ.
Yeah.
You might come back on these other days to do it again, to re-up.
Make sure it takes.
Yeah.
All right.
Or it may be like you only do it on the 7th day.
Got
or
it.
whatever. Like these are all the various days.
Sure.
Some only and some more than once.
Different groups have different rituals.
Right. And again, it's not just the different cultures. It can be different from house to house in the same culture.
Right.
They can't even agree on like what and where and how much.
Yeah.
So this practice is performed by scrubbing the baby's whole body with salt, especially the neck, armpit, perineum, feet, palms, and inside of the mouth. So,
okay.
all the places you might stink most.
Yeah. Okay.
And not good,
Right.
It may be performed by washing the newborn baby's body with fine salt alone or with salty water, which salty water might be a little bit better, but still let's not.
Right.
And a lot of times honey and sugar may also be added to salt to be applied to certain parts of the body.
Interesting.
And I'm like, but that's so sticky though.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be counterproductive, but hey, whatever.
Although honey is renowned for having a lot of healing qualities to it. So I don't know. Anyway, current findings indicate there is a good reason that such a procedure is not advised in practice today. And medical professionals caution that parents, grandparents, and caregivers need to be extremely wary of salting an infant.
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Even small amounts of salt can be dangerous for babies' kidneys and organs, which are not equipped to handle more than what is found in their mother's milk, which that tracks.
Yeah.
However well-intentioned, salt applied to an infant's skin and in its mouth can be harmful or worse, fatal.
Wow.
Yeah. After a number of babies had been admitted into Jordan Hospital with symptoms of hypernatremia, which is too much salt, 4 doctors in the neonatal ICU published a 2012 report called Salting Newborns, Pickling Them or Killing Them, a practice that should be stopped. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's really interesting is I read some of the report, and they interviewed a bunch of moms on the maternity ward, like 112 of them.
Yeah.
And it must have just been the area had a lot of these older cultures.
Yeah.
Because a large portion of them either were into salting their babies or had been told by their moms that they should salt the babies.
Yeah.
Or their grandmothers had instructed them, so they knew about it, but weren't really one way or the other about it. But like, it was prevalent. The knowledge of it, at least, was prevalent.
Sure.
And then a lot of them, the doctors, since they found that it was so prevalent, they created pamphlets to pass out to these people to explain the harms and to discourage them from doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it strikes me that the medical profession in general throughout history has been put in a very interesting place in society with regard to teaching people the harm of their traditional practices.
Well,
right?
It is hard. It is a difficult position because for the longest time it was the religious community that was doing the medical care.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I empathize with the medical practitioners because they really are in a tough spot having to teach people, essentially having a theological discussion with people before you start treating, Right.
They're like, thanks for all that you've done for centuries, but we'll take it from here.
Right.
And like the older cultures are like, I'm sorry, excuse you. And typically it's a man, and medical care always fell to women. So a lot of time women in these older cultures are like, I hear you mansplaining, but you don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Which kind of gets into like the whole witchcraft. And, as men became more into taking over the medical care, they didn't like when women were still practicing. And so they accused them of witchcraft when all they were doing was trying to continue their medical care that they knew.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. The whole, like you brought up, the religious versus science and how they haven't always been on the same side. And sometimes they were switched from where they are today. Right.
And I guess the part that I find interesting is just the direct confrontation that is forced because of science is butting up against tradition right here, right there in that medical treatment facility, right? Yes. Like you literally have the scientist and the patient. And the patient is saying, I want to do things this way. The doctor, the scientist is saying, no, that's not correct. Like there's literally a theological divide, one person to the next, which you don't find that in many other areas in society.
I mean, it wasn't so long ago that nurse, I can't remember how long ago, but it was only a few hundred years ago that the nurse involved in this. And I think it was like during the Civil War or something was like, you're carrying germs, sir doctor, from one patient to the next. Right. I think maybe we need to wash our hands between patients.
Yeah.
And she was like laughed out.
Right.
Until like some other doctor took up her cause and was like, actually.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So
no, it wasn't.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. No, it's one of the reasons I love science, because it's constantly evolving from, practices that are archaic and harmful.
Even in itself.
Yeah.
Harmful even in its own community.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Did you have anything else for us today, or was that pretty much it?
That was pretty much it. Just wanted to talk about how we like to salt our babies.
Okay. Well, before we hop out of here, I have one thing that I want to say, because I have to say it out loud to our fans, because it's something that we were watching the other night, and I really wanted to tell everybody about it. And I think it's a fantastic idea. And if anybody has the ability to do this, I think you should. So you all know that we love Star Trek.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
So we were watching Voyager, and it was the end of a season going into the beginning of a new season. And there was this
It was going into season 4.
Yeah, okay. There you go. And the episode that we watched had the Borg in it. Mm-hmm. And they were being destroyed by this other race of, like, bug things or whatever.
It looked like the xenomorphs from the Alien franchise.
Yeah. So, but there was a point where the crew was walking around on the Borg ship. The Voyager crew was walking around on the Borg ship, and it was like a haunted house. And
you were
look.
So taken with this.
I was. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I looked it up. There are no Borg haunted houses out there. There needs to be a Borg haunted house. It'd be so fucking cool and creepy and awesome. I think that is like, somebody needs to make that. They'll make, like, it's probably going to be in Vegas, right? You got to do it in Vegas, because where else the fuck would you do it?
Right.
I just can't imagine anywhere else you would do it. But like a Borg haunted house, it needs to be a thing.
There used to be an Enterprise in Vegas.
There did.
And I'm very disappointed that you never took me there before it
I'm very sorry.
Because we were going to go repeat our vows there.
If somebody builds a Borg haunted house for us because of what we're saying, I will fucking go to that Borg haunted house wherever the fuck it is. Okay? But I need somebody to make it. And it needs to happen, in my lifetime, and that would be amazing.
Now, see, what I thought you were going to bring up with regard to the Star Trek thing was the fact that in this episode, we were introduced to 7 of 9.
We were.
And we only recently finished watching The Next Generation before we started watching Deep Space Nine and Voyager in conjunction with each other.
Right.
And we both swear, both from our childhoods as well as from our recent viewing, that 7 of 9 was fucking introduced in The Next Generation.
Right.
And
but it's not. They weren't.
She's not.
Yeah.
She wasn't even on the show.
Yeah.
And we're like, but I don't understand.
Right. Like when you told me, because we saw that she was going to be in this episode, I was like, how does that work?
Right.
That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, how does
that timeline?
Why did she get recaptured by the Borg or something? And like, neither of us were questioning each other. But then you went and looked it up, and she was never in Star Trek Next Generation. I'm like, that can't be true.
That can't be true. Like, we're in an alternate timeline right now. Because here's the thing.
It's like the Berenstain Bears.
It's
like the Mandela effect.
It's the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Because we both specifically remember a conversation that we had during our recent watching of Next Generation, where I said, I thought she was on this a lot longer. I thought she was a regular character.
Right.
And then I was like, I looked it up, and she does become a regular character on Voyager, which I didn't know.
I can literally see her standing in Lieutenant Yar's spot doing the security job. Like, I swear that's where she was.
I don't know about that. I don't remember that.
I visualized that in my mind. Like, I feel like that was her position. And I swear I remember her standing, like, I have images in my head of 7 of 9 standing on the fucking bridge of the Enterprise.
And here's something else. Neither of us really watched Voyager much at all when we were kids.
That was like, I was graduated and I didn't watch much Star Trek at that point.
And I was already like in the Army and out on my own by then, like probably without even a TV.
But both you and I have a very strong impression of 7 of 9.
Right. So where did that come from?
I have no idea.
And that she was a regular character.
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it blows me away.
Baffled.
Blows me away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have sworn that she was Star Trek Next Generation.
And she wasn't.
She wasn't.
At all. Not even as a guest. So why do I remember this conversation that we just had?
I don't know. I don't know.
Weird.
But it was really weird.
And that's where I thought you were going with Star Trek, not the Borg haunted house, but the 7 of 9 mystery.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird, We definitely still are struggling with the idea that she wasn't on Star Trek Next Generation.
Somebody else vindicate us. Tell us that, yes, you remember the same.
Right. Tell us this is like, we're not crazy. Well, I mean, we are crazy because it's wrong, apparently. But, we didn't think we were. So it is what it is.
But tell us that you remember it the way we remember it.
Right? Yeah. Anyway, there's our Star Trek update for the month.
Yeah.
But I had to get that out because it was just like, it would. Anyway, someone build that, please.
Yes,
and
build
also 7 of 9. Tell us do you agree with us or something.
Build the Borg haunted house and tell us if 7 of 9 was on Next Generation in your memory.
Yeah.
The end.
Right. All right. That was our Q&A for today for Ezekiel chapters 16 through 20.
Indeed.
And I'll be getting out the weekly wrap up here in just a few minutes after we get done with this, and then we will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow. Well, in the morning. By the time you get this, maybe today, whatever. We'll be back as soon as this episode's over doing our
Ezekiel chapter 21.
That's right. All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.